All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. All right, let me just tweet out the stream, which is going to take a little bit to load and make sure it's actually like notifying that I'm live. Because for some reason it never works right away. Come on. It'll get to it. How's everyone doing though? Obviously we are camo grinding today, which is not something I frequently do in this game. It's kind of just like an on and off thing. Very, you know, like I wouldn't even say I've spent more than a couple games actually like going for camos necessarily, you know. Still doesn't say I'm live on my phone. I see you guys commenting, but I gotta like make sure my phone updates it so I can tweet it out. Oh well. Sup, Lifetime? Could you please do Dexter reactions? Oh yeah, probably one day. That's on my list for sure. Oh, I forgot we can't be paused for more than 15 minutes. We won't be paused for more than 15 minutes, so I'm just waiting for my live to work on my phone. Whatever. We don't have to tweet out the stream. Hopefully people just know. Oh, here we go. Never mind. I got it now. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna camo grind in directed mode on Citadel because I'm pretty positive this is like one of the better ways of camo grinding right now in this moment. I don't know if it's like the best way, but I don't really care about what's the best way. We're just gonna do it because it's a way of camo grinding. Sup, Lewis? Sup, Oakjet? Ghost of Hope says there's a chance we will get more than 4 DLC maps and that old leaks are outdated. Yeah, I saw him say that, and it's entirely possible. Which, honestly, like, obviously the more the merrier, right? But my thing is, if the maps don't have that level of depth that I want, then like having a bunch more maps isn't really gonna fix that. Like, I'd rather they spent more time on the maps that they currently have instead of just adding more maps. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather 3 really in-depth maps that are like on the level of BO4, BO3 instead of like 5 maps that are like, you know, like Citadel, which is a good map, but it's not like, you know what I mean? Because at least for me, I didn't play this map that much past launch, you know, or past when the map came out, because it kind of lacks depth a little bit. So I just hope whatever they end up doing with these DLC maps is good for the game. But I'm just a little worried about that. But, you know, it is what it is. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm totally okay with there just being 3 more DLC maps, as long as they have, like, again, as long as the maps are really solid and have a lot of depth. And if they give us, like, a grief mode or some kind of separate side mode in between to, like, you know, give us some bit of a break. How long is the stream gonna be? Oh, I have no idea. It really just depends. Like, it depends how long, you know, once I start getting tired or something. But my guess is maybe like an hour, 2 hours, maybe.
Sometimes what you need just
no longer than 2 hours for sure, though. Unless I'm really like in the, you know. Actually, I'm gonna go buy the G. Whatever the pistol is, because I'm gonna camo grind this, but we can't pack a punch this to camo grind it, so we're gonna have to just use the regular version of it. Okay, and just go for headshots. So expert? Oh, there's someone else named Expert. Wow, we got 2 experts in here. Do you have Black Ops 4 Dark Matter? I have Dark Matter in multiplayer, not in zombies though. I've never gotten a Zombies Mastery camo before, because the Black Ops 4 Dark Matter, it was so, like, insane to get, and I just never felt like doing it. Like, I'm not like a camo grinder. I'm just not, right? Because to me, usually camo grinding requires you to play in a specific way that I don't feel like playing, you know? So I just end up not doing it. But I might as well. I got really nothing else to do, so and honestly, if I do it while streaming, I think it'll be fun because at least I can talk to you guys. But like, doing this without streaming would be hell. Like, I would never camo grind while not on stream, you know? I need to be talking to someone or something. I'm not even getting these headshots. I'm gonna get dead shot like ASAP. Why is it so much easier to get the swords than the bows or the staves? I guess that's just the way they wanted to make them, which I'm okay with that, but I've said before, like, they should have had a second upgrade for them, you know, and that should have been, like, the next stage if you wanted to do it. You don't have to for the Easter egg, but, like, if you wanted to do that, you could. I think that would have made this map, honestly, like, a lot better. Because that's what Ancient Evil was like. Like, the original upgrades for the gauntlets are very easy and simple. They're not hard at all. But you can upgrade them a second time, so... I guess technically a third time, because you're upgrading it once, and then you're upgrading again, so... What's up, Revived? How you doing? People on TikTok were saying this game was hard, but it really isn't that hard. Yeah, I don't think it's hard. I think once you get to, like, the higher rounds, it's obviously, you know, not incredibly easy, but I don't think it's, like, the hardest zombies has ever been. Not even close. Obviously, like, early rounds are really easy. I think early rounds are some of the easiest we've ever seen. But as for, like, high rounds, I think it's on par with something like Black Ops 4, maybe, you know? Black Ops 4 high rounding wasn't, like, crazy difficult if you have the right weapons, but the zombies are very aggressive, so if you're caught off guard, you'll get fucked, for sure. What's up, Kermit the Frog? How you doing? What do you think about DLC 2 coming out this soon? So, I made a video yesterday talking about it a little bit. I'll kind of just talk about what I said in that video, but I'm pretty confident in this theory that I think Activision probably came to Treyarch and said, you guys have to do something big for Season 2 because people are, like, pissed right now. People are angry. People are not playing our game anymore. Well, it's not that no one's playing it anymore. It's just, you know, some player counts have been dropping on, like, Steam and stuff. So they're probably a little bit worried right now. They're saying, okay, we got to do something big to really keep people coming back. And multiplayer in Warzone probably has nothing ready. Like, they don't have anything big ready. What is multiplayer going to add? New maps? I mean, new maps is not going to blow people's minds. It's not really that crazy, right? Verdansk maybe isn't ready yet, so maybe that has to come for Season 3. So what do they have ready? They might have a zombies map ready, which I find very likely because they've been working on this game for 4 years. They probably have all the BO6 maps done. So they probably said, screw it, let's just release DLC 2 earlier than expected. Now, if we only get 4 DLC maps, then yes, that will lead to the gap between DLC 2 and 3 being a bit bigger. But I'm okay with that, honestly. Like, again, as long as the maps are good, which I'm expecting them to be good. Oh, I forgot you can't do we're in directed mode, so you can't do the little side Easter eggs. As long as the maps are, like, good and they add, like, a grief mode or something, like, I think it'll be okay. I don't know, I'm just hoping we get more depth, though. I'm hoping we have some good side Easter eggs and a good complex Easter egg, but am I expecting that? Not really. I'm expecting something that's gonna be really fun for the first 2-3 weeks, and then it's just gonna kind of drop off, which is fine. Like, it's not like the end of the world. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's gonna be, like, terrible, but, you know, do I want more than that? Of course. All right. Bonus points. Camp, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Now you get a nice little quick revive thing next to your name. Squid Game Season 2 was great. Definitely feels like a half season, but we're getting Season 3 in a few months. Yeah, I know, that's true. I was a big fan of it. I liked it more than Season 1 even. Okay, this is honestly the only, like, hard part of the opening stages of this map. Like, I've actually died on this before. Like, because usually I do this before I have, like, a gun upgraded or anything, or, like, you know, higher rarity. So I'm just sitting here with a gray rarity weapon, just lighting this dude up. And he actually takes a lot of hits.
Have fun playing darts in hell, asshole.
All right. So basically the camo grinding strat that this map is, when you do one of the ritual things, you can actually just, like, run away and the zombies will just kind of infinitely spawn, and you could just, like, infinitely get kills basically. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today. And I'm gonna camo grind with both these weapons right here, just for now. I mean, I want to get LMGs done. I prefer getting, like, the guns that I don't really use that often out of the way. because I don't use LMGs in this game. I don't know. I just don't think slow weapons are good anymore. Like, I'd rather use a shotgun or like a good AR.
What's the deal with using
LMGs are just too big and then they slow you down, and I just don't think they're a good idea to use too much. I'm not playing Black Ops 6 or Warzone until they fix the issues like cheaters, hackers situation, the stability, and now with the latest updates. So as of recently, I'm going back to MW3 2023. I mean, that's totally fair. I don't know. For me, I haven't ever ran into a single hacker, but that could just be like, I don't play a lot of Warzone, so you know, I don't have a lot of like examples to bring up. Definitely haven't ran into any in multiplayer. Well, okay, I don't think I have. Might I have? Maybe, without realizing it, but I don't think I have. Okay. So we can't buy that door, I believe, right? To do this method, we can't buy that door.
I don't know what's possible. But if Richtofen wants
I've recently been doing all the Infinite Warfare Easter eggs, and man, I miss when zombies had unique and had atmosphere. Infinite Warfare's Easter eggs are great. I honestly still haven't done all the Ghosts and Skulls Easter eggs though, so like those are the ones I need to go back and do. But the like main Easter eggs are great. You know, I always thought that door opened up when you talk to Craft, but I recently realized it's actually just when you open Pack-a-Punch.
Sorry to interrupt your miserable shit-sucking existence.
Oh my god. Let me get enough points to open the door. Wait, we didn't get enough points from that? I guess we didn't kill like a single zombie, so I guess that makes sense. Zombies camo grinding on this game sucks. I love doing it in Cold War and even got DLC guns Dark Ether when I didn't need to. It would take one game now. Now you have to get so many special elites. It's so lame. So I don't mind it taking a while. I just think it's just not that fun to do. Like, I don't know, because most camo grinding is very just sit there, aim your gun and just shoot, and then I don't know, it's just, to me that gets kind of boring. Like, I don't really care if it takes a while, but like the actual act of it I think needs to be more enjoyable. And I don't know, I think it makes sense though, like having headshots be the way to do it makes sense, except for weapons like the pistol. Why is the pistol headshots? I have no idea, because Pack-a-Punching this makes it so you basically can't get headshots. That's a little weird to me. Okay, so now we need to get the helmet zombie, and we're probably just gonna get like the lion sword or whatever sword. It doesn't really matter what sword we get, to be honest. We're just gonna need the you know what I mean, the lion incantation ritual thing, but not the actual. We're not gonna get it because we're not gonna complete it because we need the zombies for that ritual to kill. Launch BO6 was hard, no augments and hundreds of boss zombies. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Even when the game was out, I was like, okay, everyone's saying this is so hard now, but you gotta realize, like, the game just came out. We don't have all these augments yet. People don't really know what's good, what's bad. Once we find out everything, it's gonna be a lot easier, and that's exactly what ended up happening. This game is so much easier than it was at launch. It's not even funny. You just have to kind of learn stuff, you know? Figure things out.
How the hell does this guy know about our backgrounds?
Yeah, this is actually hard to get headshots, though. It takes pretty long to kill. We're going to be sitting at, I think, around 11 for this entire thing, so hopefully this gun can kill at round 11 just like this. But we're obviously going to have to upgrade the rarity quite a bit. Should probably pack a bunch as soon as I can. I have a wild theory that is most likely wrong, but I find it interesting. What if we get 3 sets of 2 maps, and this is the first set of 2 located within Avalon, and the next 2 are Virginia? Oh, I think that's 100% what's going to happen, because isn't that like the current rumor? Is the last 2 maps are going to be Janus Towers and the Mansion, which would obviously be in Virginia, or that general area. Insta-kill. Now, maybe But you're saying 3 sets of 2 maps. So that means we would have 6 maps total. So you're saying season 1, basically every season would get a map then, right? I guess that's possible, but I'm gonna wonder what would the last 2 maps be. Because those haven't been leaked yet. Like, the only leaks we have are for the 4 that we know of. Or I guess there's 3, not counting Citadel. But I don't know. I guess it depends where the story leads, because I don't know where we're headed after all this. I mean, I would hope it would be some crazy locations. I mean, I want to see stuff like Atlantis. You know, I want to see that crazy stuff, right? And, you know, if we don't get that this game, hopefully next game or something, but I feel like it's about time we start getting some crazy locations.
You lost your head a long time ago. I just made it official.
Because even this map, although I like this map, I feel like it's not as, like, magical and stuff as, like, we were expecting. Like, the swords are cool. But, like, I don't know. It's not, like, the actual, like, visual aesthetic of the map, I mean, it's kind of just like a grungy old castle. That's really all it is. I don't really like, you know what I mean?
They step it up, I step it up.
Oh, it feels so much better when this thing's pack-a-punched. Oh, why didn't I not use the double points right there? That was stupid of me. I could have gotten so many more points there with that double points. Haven't played BO6 in a month, but that DLC 2 news is going to make me reinstall. Yeah, I hope they... my guess is they're just going to reveal a logo tomorrow. I really doubt they're going to show off, like, a trailer. But I could be wrong. I'm guessing a logo, which would also mean a title reveal. And then maybe, like, an image, but that's about it. I'm hoping they give us some information of, like, some changes they got working on, too, because, I don't know. You guys know me. I would love to see a lot of changes, but... am I expecting a lot of the changes that I want? Not really. A lot of the changes I want are things you really can't do. And rather, I just hope they do in the next game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they can really change, like, the point system for this game. That's not happening. If that's going to happen, it'll be, you know, in a future Call of Duty or something. You can't just change that in this game midway through. I think you could try. You could try to add, like, you know, I made up that, idea of, like, a attachment that gives you the classic point system. That would just take a lot of reworking and, like, balancing to make it work properly, though, so I understand why they wouldn't do something like that. Max all right, give me the stamp. Give me the stamp. Okay. So yeah, they force you to go in a specific direction with it, which is interesting. It doesn't really matter because we can do these in any order, but or I mean, we can get the light thing without getting the sword. I'll just get the sword just for the hell of it. Why not? DLC 5 is a possibility. Like, look, I would be fine with it, but like I said before, I would prefer they just made these maps more in depth, you know? But I think it is a possibility. We'll probably get news on Zombies Chronicles 2 tomorrow. I highly doubt that, but you can hope for it. But I doubt it. If Zombies Chronicles 2 ever does happen, I don't think it's going to be in this game. It'll probably be next game. Because obviously Zombies Chronicles 2, what would it probably have? It'd probably have Transit, Die, Rise, Buried, right? So it would make the most sense to put something like that in a game that's meant to be a Black Ops 2 sequel. Because it's going to be more associated with Black Ops 2, you know what I mean?
Haven't moved that fast. It's basic training.
I did the Rave and Shaolin Easter eggs. I'm not good enough for the others. To be honest, so attack is very complicated, but I wouldn't say it's a lot more complicated than Shaolin. Like, I would say Shaolin's pretty close. But, I mean, the hardest part is probably the chemistry, but if you use enough, like, guides and stuff, it's something you could probably do. It's less difficult and more, like, complex, you know? But that's why I kind of find it fun. I don't know. It was fun learning that quest. Camo grinding on Director is far from fun. Just play the original. You see, I don't like disagree, but it just takes so much longer on the original. Therefore, like, and to me, I wouldn't really find it that fun in the original version either. I would just kind of be like, I'm just playing regular zombies. It's like, okay, I'd rather just be doing the Easter egg at that point. But doing the Easter egg is obviously not the best way to camo grind. So, you know how it would be.
Now I can smolder with the best of them.
But I like streaming. I like talking to you guys, so I don't really care.
Are you listening?
Got progress?
Ooh, monkey bomb. Give me that. Move. The map is ugly. The lighting is so washed out. I wouldn't say it's ugly, but I don't love the look of it. I will agree. There's some rooms that look really good. Like this room looks gorgeous. I love this room right here, but the outside areas, most of them, not really a fan. I do think Terminus looks better, even though I like the magical aspect of this map more than Terminus's like sciencey stuff. I don't think this map goes far enough with the magical side of it. I still think they're kind of afraid to do it, which is, it's a shame because it's like, why? Why are we afraid to do that? You know? Why are we afraid to just go all out and just make it like the craziest thing we've ever seen before? I don't think it would turn people away. I really don't. You know? He's only reading Twitch comments. What do you mean? I'm not streaming on Twitch. XpertFusion's son. I feel like I've seen you in a stream before. This is not the first stream you've been in. Okay, we'll start doing the grinding technique after I pack-a-punch this at least one more time and upgrade the rarity of my pistol a couple more times. Actually, it might be a good idea to get Voltrade then. It's crazy. This next week we might be getting the opening cinematic. Yeah, that's true. I'm honestly excited to see like the other stuff in season 2 as well. Like I haven't been playing a lot of multiplayer in this game, but I'm still curious to see what the multiplayer maps are going to look like. My guess is they're going to go all in on remasters. I think it's going to be a lot of remasters this season because that's been one of the main complaints is the maps. And I don't think they're like the maps that they made, they probably already made for a while. So they're probably like, shit, let's just give them a couple remasters that'll make them happy. And I think this season's going to have a lot of that. All right. Upgrade the rarity on this.
Why did you not use it to escape?
So we could actually, I want stamina, or not stamina, speed cola. Imagine how hype it would be if they announced classic mode tomorrow. Look, the thing about classic mode, I've kind of just like given up on that idea because I realized if it isn't like the perfect idea of what classic zombies should be, I just don't think I'm gonna care about it. Like if they make it like classic in the sense that there's like no loadouts, there's no armor, there's no armored zombies maybe, like sure, that's fine, but like if you don't do the classic point system, then I don't really care. You know, like it immediately is not going to feel classic to me if you don't have that. That's just how I feel about it. And like with all these other things, like they have to rework so much of the game to make that work to the point where I just don't expect them to, and I feel like it's going to end up being like in a way I feel like it end up being a little half-assed, you know. I hope it wouldn't, but like let's say it is, then we're just kind of sitting there like, oh well, like, you know, what's the point of this mode, you know what I mean? But if they can make it work in a way that's actually like fully like feels like classic zombies in like every single way, or at least most ways, then cool. But I don't know, I'm not really expecting that, you know. And I feel like there also has to be like a decent reason to play it as well, because if it just like makes the game harder without any actual reward like on top of it, then I feel like a lot of people aren't going to play it. People are just gonna be like, oh, this is too hard, I'm not playing it. And then it's going to give Treyarch the wrong idea that people don't want a classic mode, or that Treyarch, it's going to give them the wrong idea that people don't want classic feeling zombies. But I don't think that's the case. I think people just aren't going to play a mode that's harder than the base game for without any sort of reward in return. You know what I mean? So a lot of problems with it. Biggest fear is Activision forced Treyarch to release this map early, and then there's going to be a map drought like Cold War. Hopefully they were ahead of schedule so that they have extra maps. So I think there might be a bit of a, not drought necessarily, but a bit of a longer period between DLC 2 and 3, but I don't think it's gonna be like too crazy. I really hope they're working on a grief mode though. Like that's a rumored, you know, like I want some sort of PvP mode. Like I've said it before, like I don't even just want like grief. I want zombie blood rush. Like that's what I want, you know. If you haven't played zombie blood rush, trust me, try it out on custom zombies. Well, you need friends for it, but trust me, it is some of the most fun I've had playing zombies ever. Just imagine if BO7 has the classic point system, no tac sprint, no salvage or crafting. It'd be a dream come true. I mean, I don't want tac sprinting necessarily, but I'm not like totally against it. Like, I don't think we need no tac sprinting for it to feel classic. But classic point system, no loadouts, no rarities. Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. This is so. I'm gonna give an idea. This is an idea I have, and I kind of want to do a whole video where I create the perfect zombies game, right? Like every idea, every system that I think would make for a perfect zombies game, kind of like put into one thing, and like utilizing my own ideas as well as ideas that have existed before, and hell, maybe even going as far as like creating like map ideas and stuff to make it. I think that'd be a really fun video. But regardless, one thing in particular that I've always thought would be great for a zombies mode is you're gonna have, each map is gonna have 2 modes to it, right? And fans of Lego games are gonna kind of know what I'm talking about, because Lego games had this as well, where you have story mode and then free play, right? That was kind of like what Lego games usually did with their levels. Now, I wouldn't call it the same thing, but you would basically have the standard way of playing, which is just like normal zombies. There's a pack-a-punch quest, there's an Easter egg quest, there's side quests, all this stuff. But the mechanics are very classic, right? It goes back to basics like BO3 with like, you know, classic point system, no loadouts, no rarities, what else? Perk limit, but maybe with quests to get more perks, stuff like that. It's really just full-on classic zombies, right? But every map has a separate mode called maybe free play or something like that. I don't know, some other mode. And that mode is intended to be a pure survival casual experience where every Easter egg is taken out, and instead anything that was involved in Easter egg is just thrown into the mystery box. So for example, a map like Zetsubo no Shima, you would take the spider bait, and the spider bait would just be in the mystery box in this mode, right? It wouldn't be something you have to unlock through a quest. But because this map doesn't have any Easter eggs, it's not meant to be an Easter egg mode. It's just meant to be a sandbox mode where you just hop in and you just mess around, right? This mode would also have loadouts, and it would have no perk limit. So it's basically giving fans of like the recent games a mode where they're able to jump in and just kill zombies, camo grind, whatever. If that's the type of zombies they like, they can do that. But if they want the actual like atmospheric, you know, grounded, more difficult experience, not grounded, grounded was the wrong word, but you know what I mean, they go play that standard mode, right? So I don't know, I think that would be the perfect way to do it. And it would pretty much make, I would assume, everyone happy, but who knows? All right, I think I'm about ready to start this camo grinding. Just want to get a little bit more salvage, because we can do a little bit now and then more as we go, because you don't have to like commit to it too heavily. All right, let's go. Yeah, no, my legal name is Expert. Yeah. You think the characters will activate the Sentinel artifact in the intro? I honestly hope we activate the Sentinel artifact. Like, well, you know what I mean? Like, I hope, like, sure, they might have, like, it might activate itself in the beginning, but then we might have to do, like, the same thing as the Chaos maps where you have to actually go up to it and hold X on it, and then that's when it, like, fully starts the map itself. I think that'd be really cool. All right, so this is what we got to do. You got to hold X on this, and then just run down here. And then you just camp down here. Now, I don't know exactly where to camp, so I might have to end up... I started this at a bad point. It was like right when the round was starting. But pretty much you just stay down here. Oh boy. Yeah, once we kill all these guys, we'll be in a better position. Because once you're in a better position to like just shoot them when they're fishing a barrel down the hallway, it'll be a lot easier. They're all coming fast. Oh. Oh, I finally finished the Squid Game thing. When are we getting a meat shaft camo blind? What does that even mean, bro? I don't know what that means. Oh my god. Oh, what's up, Donuts? How you doing? I think we're just going to find the artifact and next map will activate it or something. Probably, yeah. Honestly, I was assuming we were going to get that in this map, but then obviously we found out that it's not here. It's just we were finding out where it is. I really do hope there's a lot of chaos influence, but we'll see. Because I mean, maybe we'll have to wait DLC 3 for that. I don't know. But like, if we're going to get a map with full-on chaos influence, I feel like a map that's underground would be like the perfect place for that. Oh, I need more ammo. I was looking at like, oh, I'm gonna activate this so I don't get absolutely killed. I was looking at like images just for like inspiration of what the map could look like, because we don't know a lot. There's really like, which is kind of crazy because Citadel had a lot of leaks. DLC 2 has not had like any leaks. Like we just know it's a dig site. That's really all we know. I think there might have been a leak about a waterfall, but that's literally it. Like I don't know anything. So it is a lot of just theories at this point. I don't think it's going to be a lot like Origins like people are saying. I really don't think there's going to be any Origins influence almost at all. I think a lot of the Origins excitement just came from the fact that it's a dig site in France, but I don't know. I don't really see why Origins would play a role in the map at all, you know? I think if anything, it's going to be more like Ancient Evil, but I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong though. We could get freaking stabs and stuff. I have no idea. But I really I don't see that happening. I see it being very much an underground, like Indiana Jones kind of map, you know? If anybody has ever seen the Indiana Jones movies, you know what I'm talking about. Like booby traps, like ancient ruins underground, that sort of thing. And Indiana Jones is like known for its like crazy cool puzzles. So I'm hoping we get some cool puzzles on this next map. Yeah, the spot's not working as well as it did before, to be honest. So I'm not holding these guys down that well. It is great for headshots though, because you're going to stay on round 11 forever. So it's literally just a matter of, you know, your gun's going to do a lot of damage. Sucks we didn't get multiple Squid Game games because red light, green light is fun to mess around with friends and talk to people. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Squid Game mode was going to be more involved, like with more games, but honestly, you know, I get why they didn't do that, but I don't know. I just, because I'm trying to think like what other Squid Game games would have worked well in Call of Duty. I would say the Mingle one would work really well, obviously, and then obviously the glass panels would work very well. I wanted a map though, like a multiplayer map with the Squid Game influence, man. And you know what I was saying the other day? I tweeted this out. I don't know if anyone saw it, but you know that Get Higher, like parkour map that Sledgehammer added? Dude, these flies are driving me insane. Get out of here. So you know that actually we have a lot of points. I'm gonna go pack a punch. I just got to make sure I don't kill any zombies up here, or else we're going to end the little ritual thing too soon. But so, you know that Get Higher thing from Modern Warfare 3? I was saying, how cool would it be if they literally copy and pasted that exact thing, that like Get Higher parkour map, but added in zombie spawns and basically turned it into like a cheese cube style like challenge map for zombies. That's the type of content I would love to see for like in between the main DLC maps, because that would be freaking insanely cool, you know, especially if it's actually like decently challenging. I would play the shit out of that, man. I would play like hours upon hours of that. It's not even funny.
I'm sure as shit doing my part.
Get away! Okay. I don't think we filled the souls. Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, now we're back here. I don't know where the spot is where you're supposed to go for this, but fuck it. We're just gonna keep doing this. All right. Because I was actually doing it the other day, and I was like over here. I was just trying to test it out just to make sure I like got it down before I streamed it. And it was like working here where there was none spawning behind me, but I don't know. I'm kind of just messing up now. Is this like the best method, or is there a better one on a different map? 'Cause I've always seen people do it on like Terminus and stuff. By the way, I really hope the Pack-a-Punch camos start getting better in the next map, because I mean, I like Terminus's Pack-a-Punch camo. I'm not a fan of Citadel's though. I'm not really. I don't know. It's just random colors, and the pattern is, I mean, okay, but I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. It's not what a Pack-a-Punch camo should be, I feel like. This pistol's gonna take forever. Oh wait, isn't there a what is it, a trap strat or something? Like, isn't traps count as crit kills? So if you just use the traps, can't you technically get the crit kills with the traps? Or am I wrong about them? Watch the map come out, Easter egg gets solved in an hour or two, then the map is dead. Well, hey, if they had really good side Easter eggs, then that's what keeps the map alive for longer. Because I remember like in BO4, I remember some of those side Easter eggs, it took like weeks to get figured out. And like randomly people would be like, oh shit, there's a new Easter egg in on what, like 9 or whatever. Just randomly like weeks later people would find it. They're actually hunting for an Easter egg right now on Citadel. But I don't know if it's actually an Easter egg or not, because I don't know, people are, it's just speculation really, but there could be another one, who knows. I hope. I feel like this map needs another like side Easter egg at least. You know what I really think they should do for a side Easter egg reward? I didn't talk about this in my video the other day, the side Easter egg video I made. I kind of wish I mentioned it because I thought of it. Why not do the golden armor vest that was in Modern Warfare Zombies? Why not have that as like a side Easter egg reward? Because to me that would be a really sick side Easter egg reward. Like that would be very worth going for. I would go for it every game. Like I think most people would, right? Like I feel like that's the kind of like Easter egg rewards we should be getting for the side quests. You know? Let me read some of these comments. I was trying to read some of them up here. Hoping for Indiana Jones vibes. We haven't had that before. I think it'd be perfect for zombies. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want like booby traps all around the map. Like, I know Shangri-La kind of did that, but I'm talking like I don't know. So if you guys have played the Indiana Jones Lego games, this is the only example I can give, but like sometimes there'd be missions where you'd literally be like dodging booby traps to get to like another location. Like that's what I want, man. That to me would be so sick. You have so many puzzles with that too. I think it makes perfect sense for a dig site map. Because the dig site does not sound interesting on paper at all, but like the actual map itself could still be really crazy. You could have a lot underground there, you know? I can't think of what the wonder weapon could be. I'm still standing by my theory that Eye of Apophis melee weapon from BO4, that is 100% going to become a melee weapon down the road. No way it's not. It has to. That thing was literally made for a Chaos map in BO4, and it was just sitting there as a melee weapon in BO4. Like, and it looked so perfect. It had snakes on it, which makes me think it was meant to be on a map with Medusa. So what did I do to make it so all these flies keep spawning in? Because last time I did this, flies were not spawning in. Oh, is it because I have the lion sword? Oh, I have the lion sword. I'm gonna do the lion sword quest. That's why these suckers keep flying in. They're driving me nuts. If I do the line sword quest and just get it done with, I won't have to deal with them. Where's the line sword? Give me that. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because I started the line sword quest, so obviously it's going to make me have a bunch of these flies spawn in. If they make a boss rush mode in BO6 like Infinite Warfare, that'd probably be the only reason I would come back to this game in the future. A boss rush mode would be cool. I don't necessarily think it's like required for me, at least personally, although it would be cool. But I don't know. The reason I really liked it in Infinite Warfare was because I felt like the Easter eggs were pretty hard enough to the point where, not all of them, but some of them, to the point where like it is really nice to have like a way to practice it. But I feel like the Easter eggs in this game, they're not like crazy difficult. So like if I want to practice the boss, I could just do the Easter egg, you know what I mean? It doesn't take as long. So I'm not in need of that type of a mode, but I would like it. I think it'd be kind of cool. I do think though, if they introduce that, you should have to beat the Easter egg first to unlock the mode though. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Because you want to avoid players just like only playing the boss rush mode and then not touching the Easter egg. Because a lot of people would do that. There's so many people I know who only play Easter eggs for the boss fights. They do not care about the Easter egg. I have a friend like that actually. Like he quite literally does not care about completing the map. He's like, I don't care if we die in the boss fight. I just want to see the boss fight and that's it. So if that mode existed and you didn't have to beat the Easter egg first, he would just play that. He doesn't care about the rest of the Easter egg, you know? Which I actually, I thought about this the other day and I thought how interesting it would be. Because you know how they keep mentioning that, what is it, the 5% statistic for like D Machine's Easter egg? And like a lot of other Easter eggs are like very low completion rates. I thought about it. How many players do we think attempted an Easter egg and then died in the boss fight and then said to themselves, that's enough. I don't have to beat it. Like, I really thought about that. I was like, there's probably a lot of players like that because we didn't have Easter egg rewards in the past. Like, at least not significant ones, all right? Like, think of a map like 9 from BO4. There's not really an Easter egg reward there. There's no reason to having to beat that Easter egg. So if you get to the boss fight and you die in the boss, if you're someone who doesn't really care about the completion, like the achievement, why do you have to beat the Easter egg? You just did basically 95% of it, right? You know what I mean? Now, I would assume a lot of people are like that, you know? I don't think it's a significant number. I'm not saying it's going to bring that percentage to like 20%. But like, I do think it is enough to the point where it should be taken into account, because I could speak from experience. That's how I play custom maps. When I play custom zombies, if I die in the boss, I'm done with the map. Like, I don't care about beating it. I just want to get to the boss fight. But I think it's good that this game actually has like rewards. They're not great rewards, but they actually have rewards. So there's that. I would love if they added Etherel, the chess piece, and Fluffy to the crafting table once you did them. That's what I'm saying. Like, that would make those quests so much better. Because to me, it's like, I don't see the point of doing it. Like, the Etherella, I only ever do if I'm doing the Easter egg, because you can bring her into the boss. So, like, that's kind of cool. But Fluffy, I mean, sure, it's useful for, like, reviving you, but I don't know. Especially if you're not doing the Easter egg and he just kind of goes away. It's like, okay. The chess piece is completely useless all around. I still have not found a use for it personally, because he doesn't really do much. He just kind of like kills the zombies, but like very slowly, to the point where I don't know. Don't see the usefulness in it. Get me out of here. I'm trying to like not kill the zombies. I know we're very far from the soul thing, but actually I can pack a punches again. I really don't have to, but whatever. Let's just go. Do you think we'll get a COD Pod episode before January 28th? Yeah, high chances. Yeah, maybe like right before season 2 drops, probably. I do like those COD pods. They release a lot of information. Like, I didn't think they would. I remember when I first watched it, I was like, they're gonna talk about absolutely nothing for an hour, aren't they? Like, I was not expecting anything, but no, actually they give a lot of information. I'm not really sure about the multiplayer segments though, because I don't always watch those segments. But like the zombie segments, they usually get a lot of information. I just haven't been really caring about multiplayer this year all that much, which is kind of sad. Even though like BO6 multiplayer is perfectly fine, like it's a decent multiplayer. I don't know what it is. I just don't really care that much. Like I think skill-based matchmaking just really makes me disinterested in multiplayer, you know? Like I'll probably come back to it later, but I don't know. Like I kind of want to go back to MW3 multiplayer from last year because like I'm sure the skill-based matchmaking isn't going to be as bad because there's less players. So like that kind of excites me. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of excitement for multiplayer this year. Best way to get people to become hardcore zombies fans is to actually have rewards for doing Easter eggs. Imagine if every time you did an Easter egg, you got 10 COD points, and depending how quick you get rare gobblegums. COD point rewards would literally make the franchise 1,000 times better. I'm not kidding. I think COD would go from like, it would be so much more respected too, because a lot of the issues people have with microtransactions, they would be almost non-existent if you could earn them for free, you know? And even if it's a grind, even if it's like, yeah, like you said, 10 COD points per Easter egg completion, that means you have to do, what, let me do the math. You have to do like a lot of Easter egg completions, like hundreds to even just get a bundle, right? But like, why not have that as an option then? Why not let people grind the ever-living hell out of the game to get what they want? They deserve a free bundle if they play the game that much. They do, you know? So little stuff like that would go a long way. Like a Warzone win should give you like 30 COD points maybe. Something like that. Nothing crazy, but something, man, something. It would go a long way. Like I talked about that before, and a lot of people were like, oh, Activision would never do it because they'd lose money. I don't think they would lose money though. You're getting people to play the game more. If anything, like at least I could speak from experience. If I'm encouraged to play the game more, I could maybe be more inclined to spend money on it because I'm playing it so much more, you know? Like if I grind my way up to like, let's say a $24 bundle in the store, that might convince me to buy another $24 bundle alongside the one I grinded for free. Just because I played the game so much to get it, I was like, oh, I might as well spend this, you know, 20 bucks on this bundle because I play the game so much. It's worth it, right? And a lot of the people who are grinding for this stuff, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I buy the season passes. The only bundles I'm going to buy are like crossover bundles. I bought the Rick Grimes one last year because I'm a big Walking Dead fan. Of course, I'm going to get the Rick bundle. This year I haven't bought any bundles yet. Only if it's a crossover bundle that I actually am interested in, I probably will get it. Other than that, season passes I just like getting because, well, first of all, you know, it's nice to have some blueprints, especially because it allows you to unlock the weapon before you even need to unlock it, you know? Like it lets you use it before you actually unlock it officially. So that alone makes it worth having at least one bundle of each, or one blueprint of each gun. When do you think we'll see the next map? Right now, the rumor is season 2 launch. So that's literally in 2 weeks, which is crazy. It's not confirmed though, so don't shoot the messenger. But it's just a current rumor. But so I was talking about before, like the perfect zombies game, like what it would be in my mind, right? What I would want out of a DLC season for a zombies game, right, is yes, you're gonna have to do content every single season and season reloaded, like at least one thing to add for each and every one of those. But it doesn't have to be maps, obviously. So that's 12 different slots of updates, right? Basically one for each month, pretty much. And out of those 12 slots, I think the best way to do it would be 4 of those slots should be like main fully fledged Easter egg maps, right? For the 4 DLC maps. That's like the normal amount that they do. That's perfectly fine, right? at least another couple of those should be like smaller survival maps that aren't like full Easter egg maps, but are just kind of like meant to be little fun things, you know? Like, they should do a Nuketown Zombies this year. Why not? They have Nuketown in the multiplayer. Just put some zombie spawns in it, add some, you know, mystery box and all that, and boom, you have Nuketown Zombies. Yep. I think that'd be cool. If you want to take a location from campaign and turn it into survival map too, that's fine. I don't really care. As long as it's just an extra map and not one of the main maps, that's fine. Then for the other updates, you can also do new game modes, obviously, like Grief mode is a good example, Zombie Blood Rush, some sort of gun game mode, that'd be cool. And then I brought up that idea of like the challenge maps, where it's like you take that parkour map from last year's COD and then turn that into like a zombies experience, kind of like Cheese Cube from Custom Zombies. So like right there, you already have 12 updates worth of content, and you only have 4 actual full Easter egg maps, but you're still able to make the season work. So I think it's totally doable. Like, I don't think we need one new map a season, even though, you know, I'm fine with that. But as long as you do other stuff, it's like, you know, we're chilling. I do need brain rot on this because I believe once we get the 2,000 headshots, we need brain rot kills. Damn, this thing's killing fast. I always thought the Black Ops setting was more interesting than Modern Warfare, but I'm not sure anymore. I think it still is, but I think the reason why we're probably saying that is because Modern Warfare 3, not talking about zombies, but like multiplayer, like that multiplayer did some crazy things, man. They were going for like crazy swings. I mean, just take a look at the Vortex maps that they added last year. Holy shit, like those were crazy. The room you're in right now could literally be a small survival map. Yeah, true. I do kind of worry that, and this isn't like Treyarch's fault necessarily. I do think the community is really bad at just giving good like feedback sometimes, but I do think sometimes they take things like to heart, in a sense, like people not liking reusing assets, for example. I think we can all agree reusing assets for like main maps is bad, but I don't think anybody would have a problem if it was like an extra map, right? So I think they shouldn't be afraid to like do that with like, okay, take a campaign location and just make it into a zombies map, a little tiny zombies map, you know? As long as the game has its full amount of content, then it's fine, in my opinion. Which is why I had no issue with the Black Ops 4 Ether remakes, because we already had the 4 wonderful Chaos maps. So like, I didn't really care that they did those Ether remakes. That's fine. Because you know what would make a really good survival map? If anybody's played the Black Ops 6 campaign, go to the Emergence mission. That mission has such a cool like location. That would be such a cool zombies map. Not the entirety of it, but like at least a certain area, like, would be really sick. And a survival map is very low stakes because it's not like, we're not expecting it to be like a grand map or anything. So it's like, yeah, you know, if it doesn't have any Easter eggs, who cares? It's literally just extra content, you know? Skill-based matchmaking has completely killed the replayability in multiplayer. That's exactly. I just don't feel like playing it that much. Especially like in a single sitting too. You know what the worst part is though? My friends don't want to play with me anymore. And I'm not like that incredible. I have like a 1.4 KD or whatever. But like, that's enough for my friends to be like, I don't want to play with you. Because like, every time they play with me, their lobbies are significantly harder. Whereas when they're just playing on their own, it's a lot easier. So like, that's the worst part about skill-based matchmaking by far. The fact that it's ruining the ability to just play with friends, you know? All right, let me get perks, and then I'm gonna go Pack-a-Punch again. Elemental Pop might have been dumb to pick up, because that might ruin the camo grind a little bit, but whatever. Oh, PC is so nice because of the slide. We already got free skins. The ray gun skin, they've done more in this game than any other. No, they do give some free stuff. I'm not saying they don't at all, but that's not like the bundle stuff is far beyond any free items they've ever given. And that's the thing, right? I think people want the ability to grind for those, even if it takes forever. It's, you know, it'd be nice. And I don't agree that this is more free stuff we've ever seen because, I mean, technically Black Ops 4 has a lot of free stuff you can grind for. I know it's not Easter egg completion stuff, but it's still stuff you can grind for. And then you look at, what is it? Give me that. You look at World War II has a lot of free grindable stuff. Infinite Warfare, not really for cosmetics, but for the variants, yes. A lot of free grindable ones there. Well, I guess technically the Easter egg completions did give you the different the celebrities, right, as playable characters. I mean, nothing's gonna beat the Easter egg rewards in Infinite Warfare. That's impossible to beat. A leaker posted a picture of a disciple a few days ago with no context. Oh no! Are you telling me the disciple might come back? You know, I hope not, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see. I honestly just wouldn't understand it, but we'll see.
Don't fuck up your friends, turncoat.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be better than like the Doppelgast and the Manglers returning. I'd rather the Disciples because at least it's something that wasn't in BO6 yet. But obviously, I'd prefer a completely new boss above all else. Under 20 Easter egg completions for a battle pass. That's, I mean, that's a shitload of Easter egg completions, but you know, people would grind for it, I think. I mean, even if you can't grind for all of it, I mean, at least grinding for like a little bit of it would be nice, you know? Like, at least being able to get like a discount because you grinded the game. And you can make it so these rewards are only applicable to people, obviously, who bought the game. So it entice people to buy the premium version of the game if they only play Warzone, right? It kind of be like what Fortnite was like with like the Save the World mode, where you're enticed to buy that because you can grind V-Bucks.
Max armor.
I'd rather camos that can be put on all weapons. Yeah, I agree. Camos are way more useful because you can actually use them on all weapons instead of blueprints. I really wish it wasn't headshots with this pistol, man. It's rough, man. We're having to do this with, you know, not upgrading it. I might try that trap strat though later, and we'll see how that works. Maybe I'll just finish off the kills with the LMG first, because I think we're almost there. What if tomorrow they said the next map comes out April 3rd? I mean, I'd be kind of surprised, but I don't think so. I think it is going to be coming out in 2 weeks. I trust the Ghost of Hope. He's the one who leaked it. He's a pretty reliable leaker. Like he knows, he's usually right. It doesn't mean he's 100% gonna be right here, but I trust it. And I mean, the fact that Treyarch is already announcing more information on the new map tomorrow, I feel like they wouldn't be announcing something this early if it wasn't coming out till April, you know? Like, they've never really done that before with a DLC, announcing it that far in advance. Gotta be almost to 2,000 now, right? Cherry Fizz on BO3 was an amazing camo. Agreed. What will they do once 2035 comes around and it's not accurate? You mean for the next year's Call of Duty? I don't think, like, I think when universes try to like do futuristic stuff, I don't think they're ever actually trying to predict the future, because I don't think any of these people actually think the future is going to be like that, right? It's more so they're just like, this is what would be interesting for us in the story. I don't think they're sitting there thinking the future is going to have flying cars and robotic, all this. Like, no, I don't think they're making any predictions, really, you know? Now, sometimes it's like a little accurate, like some of the technology. It's like, oh, okay, that's actually technology that we did eventually get. But I don't know if they're like so focused on that, because they're more so just focused on telling a good story and making an interesting universe. I'm so excited to get back to the futuristic stuff, though. Even if it's not like far future and it's just near future, I'm so excited for that. I want to see some crazy gadgets again, man, because that's what I miss from a multiplayer in Call of Duty. That's what I miss. I miss the crazy gadgets, the crazy maps, just all that stuff, you know. And a lot of attachments with like a futuristic. Oh, there we go. With like a futuristic setting. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really, really interesting. Okay, we gotta get brain rot now. Well, this is not doing too bad. It's just there's a decent amount of recoil on it. It's kind of kicking it back a little bit. Okay, I gotta go get. Oh my god! Gotta go get brain rot. All BO1 maps are reused assets. No, not really. I mean, I've seen that argument before, but you gotta explain to me about that, because I don't agree, because I have heard that before, and I'm always confused by it. Because Kino, as far as I'm aware, Kino der Toten's not a reused asset. I would like to be corrected if I'm wrong, because I'm not 100% certain, but I'm like trying to think. I don't recall that being in the campaign or the multiplayer anywhere. 5? Yes, 5 is a reused asset. That's from the campaign. Ascension is a tricky one, because yes, technically the location is seen in multiplayer, but the actual like layout of it is very different, because you're in a different area. So yeah, you can call that a reused asset. I'll give you that, but it's not like the exact same layout, because you are in a different portion of what the map is for the most part. There's like some of it. Then there's, what was I saying? Call of the Dead. I can't think of what Call of the Dead's from. I'm sure there's maybe some assets from the boat that are included in that one mission from Black Ops 1's with the Project Nova. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the boat is from that. The whole map, no. Shangri-La, no. Moon, no. Except for the spawn room, I guess. But Kino's from campaign. Is it actually? From World at War's campaign? Which mission? Because I don't remember. I can't think of what Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, or Moon would be from, though. Yeah, Kino was supposed to be World of War DLC, yep. But I wouldn't call that a reused asset just because it was reused. Or not because... I wouldn't call it a reused asset just because it was intended for a previous game, you know? But if it actually is fully in the campaign, then yeah, I'll stand corrected. But I don't think it... I just don't remember it being fully in the campaign. Someone's got to send me a link or something to like a screenshot of that, what mission it was, because I'm like trying to think. I'm like, wait, I don't remember that. Is it the final mission? No, because that's like a theater looking room, but it's not Kino. Unless there's something else, maybe. I don't know. Someone's got to DM me it or something. All right, so we don't need headshots anymore, but we just need... I think we need kills without letting go of the trigger, and then we need brain rot kills. I think it's kills without letting go of the trigger or something like that. It's only a matter of time the mimics come back. Yeah. I feel like the mimics wouldn't make any sense just because the amalgams are basically mimics. You know, like I feel like they kind of like, you know, they do the same thing. So I don't know, to me it'd be kind of redundant to even bring back the mimics. I think BO6 feels and looks too much like Modern Warfare because of the engine. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as much as people are saying, but I could kind of see it. I do think it does lose a bit of its cartooniness that it used to have with like Cold War and BO4 and stuff and BO3. The MW3 camo grind was fun. For zombies, oh, I didn't do that camo grind ever. I did a little bit of camo grinding in MW3 multiplayer though. I never finished it, but I did do a decent amount of it. I was actually almost done with it when BO6 came out. Oh no, out of ammo. Amalgams do not turn into other objects. Yeah, in terms of the grapple, it's like the same. That's what I mean. Like that, it would be very redundant. Like it's so similar. Now, the Blightfather also grapples, but I would not mind seeing the Blightfather come back because I love the Blightfather. I think that thing is so sick. XMG's kills without reloading. Yeah, I think we just finished it, that one at least, but I still gotta get brain rot kills now. Which, I mean, I'm assuming it's like kills with the specific zombie with brain rot on it, or is it just getting kills with the gun with brain rot attached? Because that's a very different thing. If I don't know, we'll see what happens. I mean, if that's the case, I should probably let the brain rots go to work, you know, do their thing. Oh, but back onto the argument of reuse assets, though, right? So, like I said, I don't think BO1. I wouldn't say it's fully reuse assets. Is there a couple maps? Yes. The full game, no. Regardless, because that was one of the first zombies modes. I mean, obviously, World at War was the first, but that one. Again, like it gets an excuse for having all those reused assets. But I think once we got to like especially BO2 onward, like I just don't expect to have that many reused assets in zombies. And so that's why when it happened with Cold War and Vanguard, it was a bit underwhelming. Because it was like, all right, well, like not enough new stuff here, you know?
All aboard Weaver's Death Space.
I guess technically it happened in MW3 as well, but it's open world, so it's a little different. I mean, thankfully BO6 isn't doing that, you know. Thankfully they had enough development time to make some new maps here, clearly. Not that I'm completely happy. Oh, there we go, we got it. All right, I think we finished the camo grind on that gun, except for the camo after that, which I think we can't get that challenge unlocked until I want to say we have to finish the other LMGs first, right? In the meantime, we could just do a different gun, though. Let me go hit the box. I'll take whatever gun I get and start grinding for that. Doesn't even matter what gun it is. Where's the box? Screw the Blightfather. I just want chaos stuff. I don't care what it is, but I just want chaos stuff. They could at least have different boss variants, so it's the same boss, just slightly different. At least I guess that's what the Mimic basically would be. Different version of the amalgam. I really just don't want to see vermin or parasites, though. If we have vermins and parasites or one or the other, I will be kind of upset. And I think it would be reasonable to be a little upset about that. I'd kind of just be like, all right, like, come on.
I'm Russian, for fuck's sake.
What are we doing? Yeah, it's a good thing it's kills with brain rot equipped and not kills with the brain rot zombie, because that would have taken forever. Do we want to use the sniper for this? Could just use the Craig. I haven't gotten the camos on this. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do the Craig. Ascension is from the campaign mission where Kravchenko takes that Weaver's Eye. I've played that mission recently, and I was trying to look around. Again, the layout is nothing alike, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's assets, yes, which I guess it just comes to the conversation of, like, what does someone mean by reuse assets? Because obviously, you know, there's reusing of assets there, clearly. But, like, is it an exact layout? No. I don't like see the layout, you know what I mean? Regardless, the game still has enough new content to me that kind of makes up for it, that I don't really care. And also it came out, what, 15 years ago, so it's like my standards for that game are vastly different than a game that comes out within the past like 10 years, you know? I think that's kind of where the argument comes into play. BO3 had multiplayer specialist weapons but repurposed. Yeah, I didn't like, if you don't, the point is if you don't really think about it, like I don't think I've ever used the, I don't know, the bows on the Reisendrock and thought to myself, oh, this is the crossbow from that specialist in multiplayer. Like I never thought of that. Like I know it technically has some like animations maybe used and stuff, but like, is anyone actually thinking of that? I don't think so. Whereas when you're playing Forsaken in Cold War, you're like, I'm on the campaign mission. Like the layout's the exact same and everything. You know what I mean? Like you know, I think that's where it becomes a problem.
It's like a symphony of bodily harm.
I mean, like I said, thankfully BO6 doesn't really have that issue. I haven't, out of any complaints I've had for this game, reusing assets is really not one of them. Well, reusing assets from multiplayer, they're reusing assets for each map. That's a little too much, like reusing the bosses and stuff. That's different though. I'm talking about like they're not reusing from campaign and stuff, which is good. As like their main maps is what I mean. Definitely a step in the right direction for sure. You can go for gold for the LMG. Oh, I thought I had to get for all the LMGs first, and then you can go for, I mean, you're probably right, though. Well, I don't know what the last challenge is, though, so I'd be just having to guess what the challenge is. It doesn't matter, though. I already got rid of it. I can just come back to it another day. It's fine. This camo grind is not going to be quick. I'm not going to, like, go hard for it. I'm just going to, like, on and off. I'll probably just randomly do a stream just doing it for a little bit. Like I said, it's fun just sitting here talking to you guys. Like, you know, that's the whole reason I wanted to do this. I think there's a difference in what people call reused assets, because something like Shinonuma, yeah, the aesthetics and assets were taken from a campaign level, but it wasn't one-to-one ripped. Yeah, Shinonuma is not like, that's the only World of War map that I feel like it deserves to be called original. The other three are definitely reused for sure, but Shinonuma is, I don't know, not that similar to the, there's a multiplayer map, I think, called Knee Deep that has some similar aesthetics to it, but like, again, it's not the same layout, so it's hard to call it reused. I personally don't have a problem with you use reuse assets at all. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, that's totally fine. I don't think it's not gonna bother everyone. For me, it kind of like it depends on the how, again, it depends how it's done. It depends how many original maps we get, you know. I am really annoyed with it with like the bosses and stuff though, because I think map uniqueness is everything. Like that's such a big part of what makes a map replayable and interesting. And the less map unique stuff, the worse, you know? Like if it was up to me, I would have these maps, they'd be completely, like I'm talking, they'd be new experiences. When you blow up a new map, it basically would feel like a new game. I think that's what I want zombies to be. But I just don't think that's what they're going for. They're not really going for, okay, each map's gonna feel so different. They want each map to feel similar. They want each map to be like, okay, this is Black Ops 6. I just don't agree with that like thought process, but you know, I get it. I get why they do it. But I think that's kind of what takes away the replay value just a little bit. We had some nasty headshots on these dudes. It's like, is it changed enough? Because Dori's, the layout exists as an MP map, but they still changed up a few portions. Yeah, I think also, like, again, that's the first zombies mode, so I think it's deserving of forgiveness, you know? Like, it's deserving of forgiveness. But if they did that today, I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, all right, what are we doing here?
Welcome to the team, shit brains.
Like, I think the worst case of it is Duran Fong in Vanguard. That's gotta be the worst case. Duran Fong was literally multiplayer maps with portals to other multiplayer maps. Like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, was that all they could do because they didn't have development time, like proper development time? Yeah. So I'm not gonna, you know, be mad at Treyarch for that. The problem isn't Treyarch. The problem is the fact that they're forced to make this mode in the first place that doesn't have actual new content, you know? That was the issue. Which, guess what? That wouldn't be happening if they let the other studios make their own zombies modes, which, oh my god, I hope it happens. I don't think there's anything I want in zombies more right now than for the other studios to make their own zombies modes. I so badly want that, man. I really do. I want Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward to make their own round-based zombies. It's like, it would be a dream come true, especially if they were given full creative freedom to do whatever the hell they want with it. Oh my goodness, man. That'd be so perfect, because I really do think Sledgehammer would do their own thing, like, fully. Maybe even get some classic mechanics back. Like, I would love that. And then I would be fine with Treyarch. Like, I would have no issue with Treyarch continuing what they're doing with these exact mechanics for the rest of the CODs, as long as the other games and the other studios were allowed to be more classic. You get the best of both worlds that way, you know? It'd be perfect. Do I think it's going to happen? I do think they're going to have zombies in the other CODs. I don't think it's just going to be Treyarch, but I don't think it's going to happen in the exact way that, like, I would hope, you know? I do think there's going to be some level of restriction. It's probably going to have very similar mechanics, probably by design. But if they were to be given, like, free reign, it'd be really cool. And yes, even Infinity Ward. I know people who hate Infinity Ward and all that. I get it, but, like, that doesn't mean they can't make a good zombies mode, right? I think they could. They could. It's possible. For gold, it's just 10 rapid kills 15 times. You can go up to gold. You just have to unlock gold for the whole class to get opal. Okay. That's all right. They need unique map HUDs. Yeah, honestly, they just need a unique HUD in general, because the HUD is very similar to the other modes. I mean, I've kind of just given up on the HUD argument, at least for now, because I am okay with the HUD in this game. I don't love it, but I think it's fine. But I would, if it was up to me, there would be changes for sure. Don't get me wrong. I would definitely make it more unique. In each map, it would be more unique.
See that?
Like obviously, this map would have a more of a you know, medieval aesthetic to it or something. Oh man, I hate these suckers because you can't get headshots on them. Yeah, I think I'll try the trap kills after I finish the Krieg headshots. This is a great way to just finish the headshots, though, for sure.
Yep, you fuckers fill that one,
Ah! So what was I saying before? I was saying something. Oh, for HUDs. Ideally, I would... Honestly, I hope in the future games they just go back to basics with the HUD as well. Like, by default, there shouldn't be a mini-map. Honestly, by default, there shouldn't be, like, health bars. Like, I kind of would... I'd prefer that. I'm glad I can turn them off in this game, but, like, honestly, I think across the board they should just say, like, oh, we don't really need these. And instead, they should go find other avenues of delivering that information to the player. Like, you know, you can tell a zombie's deteriorating in their health just based on what the zombie looks like they lose limbs as they get shot, you know, the flesh would come off and stuff. Same with the boss zombies. And the mini maps, you wouldn't need them because maybe there'd be like actual maps on, like, built into the environment that would tell you where you need to go for certain things, so you would utilize those maps. I think that'd be interesting. Or I wouldn't even be opposed to a map appearing when you press the back button. Like the tack map. I don't really mind the tack map. Oh, I did not mean to throw that.
Go make some friends, little guy.
But like on the screen, I wouldn't have that as default. Again, glad you can turn it off, but I'm just saying if I was designing the game, like I probably would have it off by default. Because there's a lot of casuals that don't know you can turn it off, you know? What's your highest round on BO6? Somewhere in the 50s or 60s. Just because I don't really care to go for high rounds. Like, I end the game at that point, you know, I exfil. I'm just like, I don't really care anymore. Past a certain point, it just starts to get kind of stale. And you're just forced to use, like, score streaks and sometimes the swords. So, I don't know. I've never been a high round guy in general. I don't really think that's not my thing in zombies. I like Easter eggs and side Easter eggs and stuff. High rounding's fun every now and then, but I don't know. It's not something I would do frequently. It's fun with friends, I think. I like it with other people. Solo, I don't know. Not my thing.
Thanks for coming to Bodies by Weaver. Come again.
I like the skybox of Varrock versus the skybox in the campaign and multiplayer. They're totally different compared to something like Firebase C. Yep. True. Ow. I used to think zombies couldn't get worse than Vanguard, then I played MW3. I prefer... You know, actually, I don't know, because I was gonna say, no, I definitely prefer MW3, but now I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. Because I don't... Shinonuma Reborn and the Archon are decent. They're not great, but they're decent. Right? And, like, I've had fun on those maps. So, it's hard for me to say, like, that it's completely worse than MW3 zombies, but I don't know.
Never been a people person.
Hard to say.
Fuck, you ain't people.
I really wish I could play more BO6, but I can't because I keep getting random lag spikes to the point of it being unplayable in solo. Yeah, honestly, the lag spikes, I haven't gotten any today, which is good, but they're very, like, inconsistent because, like, there'll be times where I'm going a week and I'm only getting lag spikes every single day. And then there's days like, honestly, this past, like, couple days, I don't really have any lag problems in this game. So, I mean, I guess I haven't played a lot this week, but the 2 times I played, there was no lag. So it's really inconsistent, you know? But I'm thankful I didn't have any today, at least. So that's good. At least I don't think I did. Maybe it happened and I didn't notice it, but I don't remember it. Zombies doesn't need to be made into a military shooter. Let it be more fiction than realistic. I agree with that. Hot take, but I think Infinity Ward should bring back Extinction. See, I would prefer that over like Spec Ops or something, but I would still prefer zombies above all else. That's just how I'm always going to be. But I think Extinction has potential for sure.
I'm sure shit doing
I just think the formula of Extinction was a little repetitive, but I also didn't play it enough for me to really like get a good idea of how I feel about it. But from what I have played, I did think it was a tiny bit repetitive. But I need to go back to Extinction one day and actually beat them, because I've actually never beaten them, like any of the maps. I tried directed mode to Camo grind the GS45 at directed mode, and it was super boring. I'm not going for dark matter or whatever the zombies equivalent is. No, I don't blame you at all. I don't think it's that fun either, camo grinding. I never really have been into camo grinding. I'm just not that kind of player. But I mean, I kind of want the camo, so I was like, fuck it, I might as well just try. Like, very infrequently, I'll just camo grind every now and then. Even if I don't get the camo ever, whatever. At least we sat here and played zombies for a little bit. Who cares? Is what it is. How long have we been streaming for? An hour, 30 minutes? I'll probably go to like 2 hours. Maybe another 40 minutes. All right, I'm gonna test out that trap. See if it actually gives me crit kills. Ow! What would be better if they added those mechanics as Easter egg rewards so you can get the mini-map if you complete the Easter egg, etc. You can earn health bars as another reward. Honestly, it depends how they implemented it, because if the reward was like an you know, mini-map on your screen, then I wouldn't even want it, to be honest. So like, I would actively not do the Easter egg to get it. But if it was like a map that was like on the map somewhere, you know what I mean, like in the environment, then I'd be more inclined to do it, because I don't think that would be like intrusive or get in the way. Yeah, I don't know if this actually works as crit kills or not, but shit, I'm gonna try it anyways. Oh my god, there's so many. The save and quit feature does make high rounding a lot better in this game. I do agree with that. But yeah, there's a lot of lag spikes, so it's hard. But I would try and just like, it's really inconsistent. That's the thing. So this pack much camo, I need to make a ranking of the pack camos because I just don't like this one. I just want to mention that. I'm sorry, I don't like this throw a Molotov. Oh, you have to throw a Molotov for it to work? Will zombies ever get worse than reusing the same location but making it green? Shit, I don't know. You know what's the funniest thing about that too? I like the Archon. Like, I don't think it's a bad map at all. Only because the Easter egg is decent. Like, I'll go on a limb here. I'm gonna say it. I genuinely think the Archon has one of the best Easter eggs in the Dark Ether era of zombies. Not kidding. Just not even kidding. Like, I really think it's one of the best Easter eggs we had of this era. I would say it's the third best. I would say it goes probably Citadel first, then Terminus, then the Archon. I'm not even kidding. Oh, I gotta hold this out. Oh, I guess it does count as crit kills. I think that noise means I'm getting crit kills, right? Or I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Dang, you're really playing the exploit undirected mode? I thought you were better than that. Wait, are you kidding me? Yeah, it ain't that deep, bro. I'm sorry. That's not. Well, it's not. It's not an exploit. It's literally just how the mode plays. It's like there's no glitch involved. It's just. I mean, if you want to call it an exploit, sure, but like, I don't see why that's a problem. I don't get it. Like, I don't see the issue, man. I really don't. You could try to convince me it's an issue. I won't be able to agree. I'm sorry. I just can't. Look, I'm not a camo grinder to begin with, so yeah, if I'm gonna do camo grinding, I'm probably gonna do the way. Oh yeah, see, it does count. I'm probably gonna do the way that's quicker. It's just how it is. Like, you know, I don't care. I don't care about playing the quote unquote right way. You know, it's an option and it works. So I'm gonna do it. Is basically what I'm getting at here. This honestly, this crit thing might work better in regular, to be honest. All right, let's go back to the underground. You think we'll get a new perk for DLC 2? I seriously doubt it if there's only one left. I don't think there is only one perk left. I think people are assuming that because of the Wonder Fizz, but I don't think that actually means anything. Like, I think that's just, you know what I mean? I don't think that actually means we're getting one perk. We'll probably get 3 more perks. Really enjoy these streams, basically a Q&A. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to make them like that. You know, I'd like to answer as many questions as I can, you know, if people have any. Concept idea that they could have done for Citadel, make the zombies' eyes purple and show Crap was the one controlling the zombies. But did have control of them, just something to spice up the map. Yeah, I think that would be interesting, like storyline wise. It's not an exploit. An exploit would be like hiding behind the boats. Yeah, exploits are like glitches, but this is literally just how the mode plays. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's no glitch here. I don't know. But to be honest, even if it was a glitch, I personally don't see the issue. Like, even if it was, it's a camo. Like, who cares, you know? It's not like I'm hacking, you know. Hacking is different. That's a problem. But I'm not even glitching, so I'm not even saying I'm doing that. But like, let's say I was glitching, I even would consider that a big deal. I'd be like, okay, like, what is that? Who is that affecting? And to be honest, I'm not even against like Treyarch like making patches to make camo grinding harder. Like, I know people got really pissed that they like nerfed the camo grind a little bit in Directed. I was honestly not like, I'm not against that. Like, I get it, they want the camo grind to be hard, but if they have the option to make it easier, like, of course people are gonna take that path. I'm not surprised. The only time I don't take paths to make things easier for myself is if I really like the challenge. I don't really find much interest in the camo grind as a challenge, you know. So, you know what I mean? I love Easter eggs though, so like I wouldn't do a glitch or you know, let's not say. Even if it's not a glitch, I wouldn't usually do something to make an Easter egg easier for myself because, like I said, I like it being a bit harder. But camo grinding, I don't know, man. I don't really. I wouldn't even agree. I actually, to be honest, even Easter eggs, because I'll dashboard on BO3 for my gobblegums, even if I wish that wasn't the case. Like, I've actively said that's one of my biggest issues with the gobblegum system in BO3 is the fact that you can dashboard and save them, because it basically breaks the game and you have no like punishment for that. So, but am I still gonna do it? Yeah, you know, well, of course, everyone else does it. You know what I mean? I really like this Pap camo, especially tier 2. I'm just not a fan. I think the colors are random as hell, and also the design is kind of random, but that's just my opinion. Arcana is a good Easter egg, but it feels like that map was made for the Easter egg first. First thing you do is go to the boss fight. Know the map has that. Actually, technically Descent, even though that wasn't part of the Easter egg. Remember Descent like has you go to the boss arena like early in the Easter egg before you go to the actual boss. Just wanted to point that out. But yeah, no, that map was made for the Easter egg for sure. But I'm an Easter egg guy, so I don't really mind that, to be honest. Like, if they're gonna focus on anything for that map, I'd rather they focus on Easter egg. Like, if they had one thing they can focus on and that's it, yes, I hope they focus on the Easter egg. But is the map itself great? No, not really. If you're not a camo grinder, then everything you said before about grinding hard rewards from Easter eggs, you wouldn't like that either, because you don't like camo grinding. No, because camo grinding isn't the same as grinding Easter eggs. Like, I like Easter eggs a lot, so grinding out Easter eggs would be fun for me, but camo grinding to me isn't fun. You know, like right now we're camo grinding, right? I'm having fun because I'm talking to you guys, but like, let's say I was doing this on my own, I wouldn't really have a lot of fun doing this. But let's say I was doing the Easter egg again and again and again. I find Easter eggs to be fun, so I'd have fun with that, you know? I think that's the difference. But, I mean, do I think, like, we give examples before of, like, okay, you have to do the Easter egg a certain amount of times to get the rewards. I don't think that's the best possible way to do it. In my opinion, I think it'd be more interesting if the rewards were, like, doing the Easter eggs in different ways. So maybe, like, one reward is like, okay, you get 50 COD points if you can complete the Easter egg without Juggernog, right? Like, that would be, like, a cool reward for, I mean, it's a very small amount, let's be honest. 50 COD points. I mean, doing the Easter egg without Jug should be a freaking whole-ass camo or something. But, like, to me, that would be more interesting, like, challenge, rather than just doing the Easter egg a bunch of times. What about the entity on MWZ? That boss fight is one of the best. Oh, I agree. Like, I don't love MWZ, but the entity's awesome. That's a cool boss. Like, if anybody's gonna play MWZ for anything, like, just play it for the entity boss fight, man. I don't even like the Ether Worm boss fights that much, but I really like the entity one. I do. Why have we never had an Ultimate CGI intro? I guess just by chance. They've only been in 3 maps, really, or 4 maps, so. And 3 of those maps were before they even did CGI intros, except for 5 and Mob of the Dead, and Call of the Dead, I guess.
I could do this all day.
Did we get 2,000 for this yet? I don't think so. I think we got 1,500. That would be like choosing to camo grind the Welling in BO4 on normal when casual exists. Yeah, I forgot you could camo grind on casual in that game. Oh yeah, you're an asshole if you dashboard in public matches in BO3. Yep. That's another reason I don't like the dashboarding thing in BO3. Like, obviously I'm gonna do it because it's an option, but I wish it wasn't an option. Like, I wish we didn't have that option. And people like don't understand when I say that. They're like, why would you not want a dashboard? You save your gobblegums. But like, you got to understand how that breaks the game though, because it makes it so you have no reason to not use gobblegums other than just personal choice. But as I've, you know, said many times in other videos before, most people, even if it's less fun, are going to choose the path of least resistance. So what ends up happening is people have this idea in their head that BO3 is like the easiest zombies ever because they only ever use gobblegums, right? You're not intended to use a perkaholic every game. You're not. but people do that anyways. But you're not intended to do that. You're intended to maybe use a perkaholic once every like, you know, 20 games or something. That was the intention. It was like, okay, you're gonna use it when maybe you're doing like a really hard Easter egg or something, because that's the only what, you know, you want to save your gobblegums for that occasion. But the dashboarding makes it so you can just use it every game, and then so you're breaking the game. You're making it way too easy. And so again, people's idea of BO3 is now it's a much easier game than it actually was intended to be. So yeah, the dashboarding should have been fixed. I'm glad it was fixed for BO4. And I don't think it exists in this game, right? It would be weird if it did. I'm about to play the final right. Can you tell me what Tesla gun is the best? I believe the Hurricane or the Midnight is the best one. So either one of those, which I believe the Midnight is the easiest one to get too. I think it is, right? Don't get the Bloodthirst or the I forget the other one. They're not that great. But yeah, definitely the Midnight or the Hurricane. I was actually playing the final rank the other day because I needed gameplay of the classic PPSH Easter egg, which I was pissed off when I did that Easter egg, because I thought when you do the Easter egg, it's just gonna immediately give you the PPSH off your first box hit. But I had to hit the box like 1,000 times before I got it. I was like, come on. It's like, what is this shit? It's a cool Easter egg though. It's really fun to use. But it's like, come on. Why not just let me get it out of the first box hit? I guess it'd be too easy that way, because the quest itself is pretty easy. It literally just costs like 1,000 points. It's really not that hard of a quest. You can do whatever you want, but it's weird to make a video talking about BO6 being boring and then play the game in the most boring way possible. No challenge, literally repeating everything. Yeah, but as I just said, I think camo grinding in general is pretty boring. Like, I wouldn't find camo grinding to be fun and casual either. You know? So it's not like I'm not gonna hop into Black Ops 6 on like Terminus, play it casually, because I mean, camo grinding just normally and not in director mode, you would get to like round 30, 35, and you'd have to exfil at that point because the zombies you're not killing them fast enough with most guns. So it's just, what's the point, right? So you're just gonna keep exfilling back and forth. To me, that's just, I don't know. I'd rather be doing Easter eggs at that point. You know, I think Easter eggs are way more fun. So if I'm gonna camo grind, yeah, I'm gonna do it in the method that's the fastest. Why wouldn't I? And I'm not having like a miserable time here. I think I'm having more fun doing this than I would doing it regularly, to be honest. So I don't know, man. I feel like this is actually kind of fun. And maybe it's more fun because I'm talking to you guys on the stream, but you know, this is a lot easier than it would be otherwise. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Just because normally I like a challenge does not mean every single thing in the world I want to be challenging. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to the store and saying, oh, I really hope it's hard to find the bread today. Like, no, you know, like when I'm going food shopping, I want it to be easy. Like, not everything I want to be hard, just because generally speaking, I like a challenge in my video games, you know? I mean, it sounds silly for me to say, but like, I'm not kidding. Like, I don't go every day of my life wanting a challenge in every single aspect. Actually, I would love it if things were easier for myself. There's a lot of things that I would love to be easier. And yes, that includes some stuff in video games too. Camo grind just by playing the map how you regularly do. It's a challenge to do the Easter eggs or to go to 40s with marksman rifles or pistols. Well, okay, I feel like I've made this pretty clear in videos as well. When I say I want a challenge, I'm saying I want a fun challenge, not just a challenge isn't like a challenge in and of itself is not immediately a good thing, right? Like, let me think of an example. I would say most people, I don't personally have this exact thought, but most people think Beast from Beyond from Infinite Warfare, the opening part of that map, sucks, right? But the reason a lot of people hate it, it's not because it's hard, it's because the way it's hard is not fun to them. It's kind of annoying and frustrating, right? The same way a lot of boss zombies that are really annoying sometimes, yes, they're challenging, but they're also annoying. So it's, you know, why would people like that? Just because it's a challenge doesn't mean I'm immediately gonna like it, right? So yes, would what you're saying be a challenge using a marksman rifle in the 40s or something, right? Yeah, sure. Is that a fun challenge? The gun's just doing less damage? That's not fun. I don't, at least in my opinion. I don't think that's like a fun challenge. I don't think, yippee, my gun's not killing. Like, I don't know. That's, to me, that's not like my idea of a challenge. Could I do that? Yeah, guess what? I've done it before. I mean, I literally have a stream where I was doing that a couple months ago on Liberty Falls. But like, generally speaking, no, I don't always want to do that. If I know there's a faster method, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing the camo grind for the challenge is basically what I'm saying, you know? Because I honestly don't think a camo grind's much of a challenge per se. It's more so a time commitment, you know? Which is fine. That's how it's always been. I'm not like against that. Some of the camo are challenges though, for sure. Like, especially in multiplayer. Like, I remember back in the day when you had to get bloodthirsties on like sniper rifles. Like, that was a fucking challenge. Getting a bloodthirsty with the PO6 or whatever on BO3 or the PO8. Yeah, that was a challenge. I do think it would be cool if there was like a special camo that you got for doing a certain amount of damage to the boss, so like it would get you to use different guns in the boss fights. That'd be pretty cool. I think even if they kept the Gobblegum at 500 points, that would fix some of it, like how it's being done in the BO3 Ultimate Experience mod. Yeah, that's actually true. I think the reason they changed that is because people weren't using the Gobblegums enough, and they were like, we need people using Gobblegums, so they keep buying more Gobblegums, which is exactly what happened in this game. They wanted people to use more Gobblegums, so they gave us 3 Gobblegums right off the start, because people probably weren't using enough Gobblegums.
Max armor.
Camo grinding on MP while watching camo grind zombies. What a world we live in. I'm probably not going to do the multiplayer camo grind. I'm not like, I don't know. I don't think the headshots are great for multiplayer. I think they make sense in zombies, but I don't know, multiplayer, I'm like, I know that's how it always was, but I kind of like the last year's camo grinding better. At least based on what the challenges looked like.
Oh, good. Going batshit in prison didn't affect my aim.
I would like to one day get all the camo mastery camos, but it's really hard to do that in the old multiplayers because, like, how are you gonna find lobbies in like the modes that you need to play for them? You know, you can only find team deathmatch really, so trying to get camos on team deathmatch is kind of insane. Hopefully, when they come to Game Pass, maybe like domination will open up or something. Okay, I don't know what the challenges are for the Craig, so I don't even know what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm just kind of shooting. Hoping something counts. I guess I don't have to do the challenges now. I could just get a different gun and then do the I'll finish the challenges another day. Like, I'll just do the headshots now. I played World War II when it came out. I didn't even know it had elemental upgrades. Are you talking about like the I forget what they're called, but I know what you're talking about. Unless, are you talking about the Tesla weapons? I thought you were talking about like the things that you can put on the guns, like in the attachments. Totally forget what they're called though. What's up, Trophy Productions? How you doing? As an Easter egg step enjoyer, you prefer that Trio keep the shock charge skip? Are you saying like Treyarch keep the shock charge skip at a terminus, even though they said they're going to put it back in? So, okay, I will say I'm not like a speedrunner necessarily, so I would say that doesn't really affect me as much as it would for like a speedrunner. I speedrun before. I'm not like I never speedrun before, but I'm not really doing that in BO6 a lot. My thought on that stuff like that is I generally don't want there to be skips for steps because I want everyone to have to do the Easter egg the way it's intended, right? But the issue with that, right, is that skip was available for months, meaning the people have already done their speedruns a bunch of times, and, you know, people have already gotten their times and everything like that. So I think it's not good for them to take it out because of that reason. Also because the skip isn't that major. It's only skipping like a little lockdown that takes like 60 seconds. It's really not that deep. And I'm pretty sure the skip itself, it's not like, I haven't done it myself, so I don't really know how it works. I'm pretty sure it's not like, you have to be kind of precise with it, so it's like a little bit of a skill gap there. So I'm mostly like fine with them keeping that skipping. I'm not gonna use it myself because unless I'm speedrunning, I guess maybe one day I'll speedrun these Easter eggs, who knows. But I would like them to try their best to limit skips in the future, you know, as much as they can. Like, I'm not a big fan, honestly, of there's a skip. You could skip the puzzle on this map. I'm not really a big fan of that, but again, it's already written into the map. It's just how it is. You can't really. I don't think they should change it now because it's, you know, it's already been there for so long. Okay, where is this mystery box? Why does it look like it's so much closer than it actually is? I think it's underground. Complete the 9 gauntlet every time you want prey. Hell yeah.
Jerk me around. You're going straight in the wood chipper.
It's kind of funny we got the box over here. Oh no. I would like to keep this. I don't know what gun I want. ASG.
Well, looks like I'll be bringing
Already got Gold Viper on this. Move.
Trust you, box. Trusted anything since right here.
I don't really know what gun I want, to be honest. Bro, what gun to give me? Come on. Jackal? Nope. What exactly is the Tortured Path? I thought it was just a regular map, but I've heard you say it's multiple. So the Tortured Path is a mode. A lot of people call it a map. It's a mode. It's really, in my opinion, a mode. And it's a mode that has 3 different maps on it. Those 3 maps are also playable as survival maps, though, so you don't have to play the Tortured Path mode. And essentially what the Tortured Path is it's basically like Vanguard zombies in a sense, where each round is a new objective, but not every round is technically objective. Some of them aren't. And you only go up to round 11, or technically you end round 10, and you have to exfil on round 11, or sort of round 11, and then it just ends there. It's very simple. Ends in a little boss fight. The only one that's like decent, I think Altar Blood is decent, which I think it's called something different in Tortured Path than it is in the survival. Forget what it's called exactly, but I think it's Beneath the Ice or something. Regardless, that's the only one I think is like decent. But I think all the maps in survival are decent. They're, you know, they're fine. They're not great, but you know, it's survival maps. They're fine. SMG, you know, honestly, fuck it. Let's use this. Wait, actually, no, I don't want to use this. That's what I feel about super sprinters. Oh yeah, with the like they're a challenge, but it's not really a fun challenge. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of super sprinters either. It depends on the game. Sometimes I don't mind them, but a lot of times I do. DM10. I have no idea how far we are with this gun. I don't know. I don't want to use it actually. Give me like either an LMG or the fucking ray gun. Are you kidding me?
All aboard Weaver's Death Express.
Get out of here. Oh, perfect.
Stuck, kid.
Don't think that gun's... I want to say I already have gold on this gun. Do I? Because I've used this gun a lot. One more hit. Even zombies, high rounds is a challenge. It's a time commitment, just like you said for camo grinding. True. Yeah. I don't disagree. Maybe less of a challenge and more of a time commitment. It's still a challenge, though. Sure. I don't really disagree, actually. But I guess my point was, like, I don't really like, just for camo grinding itself, I don't really care about it being a challenge, you know? If snipers didn't exist, I would have dark matter in BO3. So we're definitely the hardest to get dark matter on. BO3 and BO4 are the only multiplayers I actually have dark matter. Fun fact. Almost have it in Cold War, but not quite. Actually, almost have it in Modern Warfare 3 as well. The special camo. Gobblegums need to be. Oh, where am I going? Oh yeah, I'm going the right way.
This conflict just officially escalated.
I have no idea how good this gun is, but I guess we'll find out.
I've let much bigger idiots than you into battle.
I don't love it, but fuck it. We're gonna have to get used to it. Tac kills and crowd freeze on the Craig. Good to know, but yeah, I'm just gonna do headshots for other weapons. I honestly rather like, instead of doing one weapon at a time, I kind of like just getting as far on as many weapons as possible. Just cause like, I hate the feeling of finishing a weapon and then being like, oh, now I don't want to use that gun anymore because I've already finished all the camo stuff on it, you know? Like kill 100 enemies affected by your tactical one. That one sounds absolutely terrible. I'm assuming would smoke grenades work for that? Because if they would, it wouldn't be that bad. But the concussion part of it just sounds incredibly annoying.
Thanks for coming to Bodies by Week. Come again.
Bonus points.
Got round 100 on USS Mount Olympus. That map is fun because there's no fucking wustling, so it's actually kind of fun. I would say out of those three torture path maps, in the survival mode, USS Mount Olympus is the best one, but in the tortured path mode, Beneath the Ice is the best one.
Welcome to the castle of busted skulls.
Oh, what's up, Zesty? How you doing? I have Damascus on Modern Warfare. Yeah, I never did that. I did not play that game enough. I saw the mounted kills you had to do. I was like, I'm just not doing that, unfortunately. Maybe one day, though. Like, honestly, maybe one day I'll just say screw it and go back and try it, but right now, I'm okay. I've actually been thinking about doing that, like doing like going back to old CODs, trying to get the camos on them. If there's any COD I want to do that in, it's probably Infinite Warfare multiplayer, because I love that multiplayer. It's one of my favorites. But again, the only issue is there's like not enough people playing. I'm just waiting for them to finally add these damn games on Game Pass, because when they do, there will be more players and therefore better possibilities of finding lobbies. There's a Google spreadsheet made by the YouTuber Donuts that tells you the challenges. Oh yeah, I did know he made that. Yeah, I probably should. Like, if I want to actually get real serious with this grind, I probably should check that out.
I'm sure shit doing my part.
I do know they're adding challenge tracking soon, so just like MW3, you could actually like track them in the menu. Do not want that nuke. How many kills do we have? 5,700. It's a lot of fucking kills, because I was playing Blood of the Dead the other day. I got to round like 40 or something like that, and I had like 2,000 kills by the end of it. So like, it's just triple that. I mean, obviously we're in directed mode, but it's just crazy how many kills you can get. I am glad that directed mode works well for camo grinding, to be honest, because I do think directed mode will end up being the most worthless mode of all time. Like, obviously, I get it has a purpose for the casuals who don't want to look up guides for Easter eggs. That I understand. But for me, it's pointless. Like, why would I ever play directed, right? So that's why I'm actually glad that this exists as a good mode for camo grinding, because it gives me a reason to play the damn mode. Which is why so many people want them to keep it in, because it's like as a way to camo grind, because it's like, yeah, it's not the intended way to play it, but guess what? It actually gives players a reason to play all your modes in the game. This gun's actually pretty fun to use. It's just like very like no recoil, you know. Stuns and decoys. Oh, decoys. Yeah, I forgot decoys existed. So Expert, I'm gonna have to watch a few Final Right guides. Definitely. I recommend trying, or at least do the little thing to get the classic PPSH. You're not guaranteed to get it out of the box, but it's just like, at least when you do hit the box, you have a chance of getting it if you do the little Easter egg for it. And trust me, it is such a fun gun to use. Runs out of ammo quick though.
I'm gonna smell like blood for days.
Fire sale.
Nah, you weren't using your brain anyway.
Like 3 shots to kill with this thing, it seems. Oh my god.
Keep a low profile. I do my best work in the shadows.
I'm thinking of doing a video ranking every COD from easiest to hardest. And I'm not sure where I'd place BO6. Right now I'm thinking, I mean, obviously Cold War is the easiest, right? I feel like BO6 is like, it's gotta be top 4 easiest though. Because I think there's just so many get out of jail free cards, especially in like, I mean, that's like all zombies nowadays, but there's so many, like, sure, when you're in higher rounds, it could be a little tricky, but even with the higher rounds, I mean, there's just so many things that just save your ass. So it's like, it can't be that difficult, you know? Best map in World War II because no Usslings. Yeah, USS. Honestly, I think it's the best. No, I prefer Grossen House as a spiral map actually, but just because of that Pack-a-Punch mystery box Easter egg, I think that's so cool. I use this method. I got a gun gold every 40 minutes. Yeah, pretty much. I'm going a little slow with it. we're working towards it. I think it's our 3rd gun today. And we're just getting the headshots done.
Carver owes me a beer when this is over.
IW multiplayer is way too sweaty, and there's an out-of-map glitch that people exploit. Really? Is it on all maps, or is it just on one of the maps? I mean, I haven't played it in a while. Like, I probably haven't played it like a lot since like last year, maybe. But I want to get back into it, so I mean, I hope I don't run into that whenever I do. It used to be, I mean, sweatiness, it depends. I usually get like nukes in most of my times when I play, so maybe I'm not in like the hardest lobbies possible, but there has been many games, yes, where there's like, if you get like a Master Prestige level, like Master Prestige like 30 or something, yeah, it's game over. That dude has never stopped playing Infinite Warfare since it came out. But even playing against sweaty people, I love that game. Like, it's fun. And at least I know it's not like heavy skill-based matchmaking putting me against him. It's just natural causes, you know? So it's not as big of a deal to me. I woke up early to make a site and space analysis on a random school in Iceland. And I only have 4 hours to do it. In other words, I'm not that great at the moment. Dude, I wish you the absolute best. Because, you know, I've been there before. Trying to complete something last minute for school, it's yeah, I've been there.
Brainwash. I'd say you're finally thinking straight.
Still wish the BO6 zombie maps were higher quality, because compared to older ones, I think they lack. Yeah, no, I kind of agree. And like, I don't know, I do feel like whenever I say that, people think I'm like, oh my god, you hate this game, you're just a complainer. But like, I'm not really like saying I hate it. It's just I just oh, it's not as good as like BO3 and BO4. I don't know. I'm just speaking how I feel. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying they have to be better than that, but like, do I want them to be better than that, or at least like on the same quality? Yeah, of course I do. Why wouldn't I want that? You know, like I'm not personally. I'm not the kind of person to lower my standards just because of expectations. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, they're not going to give us anything like that again, so I might as well just never expect it. Like, I just don't do that, you know? I'm going to hold them to the standards that I know they're capable of, you know? If I didn't have any faith in Treyarch or Call of Duty, then yeah, my standards would probably lower quite a bit, but I don't have those standards for them. They've done great things so many times, so I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to have great standards for them. I actually think it's more disrespectful to not have high standards for them and to be like, oh, it's fine, they can give us whatever and I'll just be fine with it because that's all they can do. No, I'm gonna hold them to the standards that I think they're capable of. Now, a lot of the times, let's be honest, it's out of their control. You know, sometimes they're forced to make a different Call of Duty game. They don't have time to make all this content. It's understandable, right? But that's besides the point, because there are some non-development time related issues I have with this game. I don't like the point system. That's a big problem, and that's not something that has anything to do with development time. That's just a personal creative choice. Not personal, but you know what I mean, creative choice of the game that I disagree with. But I still enjoy it regardless. I don't think it ruins the game. It's just like my biggest issue with the game would be the point system for sure. And so I will criticize that. Like, people say I talk about that too much. Like, oh, you bring up the point system too much. You're not wrong. I definitely bring it up too much, but I will continue to bring it up because I care a lot about it. I think it's the one thing that is really holding this game back, or one of the main things is holding the game back. I mean, it's the main thing holding Black Ops 4 back even. But I don't mind it as much in Black Ops 4 because at least you can earn like half of the points just by shooting the zombie, you know? You don't have to fully kill them to get the full points, but it's still the same general idea. But BO4 makes up for it in other places though, so it's, you know, I don't complain about it as much because of that. Damn, it's like shooting fish in a barrel out here. I'm pretty sure there's a spot. Oh, I think that's how you're supposed to do this. Is it not? No, I'm wrong. Never mind. I'm stupid. I thought talking to Craft was gonna stop the regular zombies from spawning in, but no, I'm stupid. Never mind. I was thinking maybe you have to keep doing that, and then like maybe it gets. Nah, never mind. The round was just changing. That's why. Because that's why there's so many zombies, because the regular zombies are spawning in and the ritual zombies from the ritual upstairs. That's why this method is so fast. But if it stopped spawning in the regular zombies, it would at least make them funnel in only through that door, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the windows. Because see, when they stop spawning in, it just looks like this. And you're just chilling. Give me that. Imagine next map was just Outbreak 2.0. That would be hilarious. You don't realize how few kills you actually get in zombies until you look at the elevated camo requirements for UEM. It took me from like round 60 to round 102 to get the kills I need. Damn.
Two in the chest, one on the head. Spoiler, the head's all you need.
I don't see enough people talk about how the Void Sword doesn't activate 80% of the time. Yeah, I think it's when you're on like an uneven surface it does that, right? If you're like looking up or something. IW multiplayer is sweaty, but once you start unlocking more things, it gets less sweaty. I love going for nukes in that game. I think it's like one of the most fun nuke Call of Duties. Just for one map, but it's a launch map. Okay, dude, I wish when they bring the CODs to the Game Pass, I want the DLC to be free too, because you know how amazing that would be to actually get like multiplayer lobbies on the DLC maps in those COD games. I would be so like happy, especially in Ghosts, because Ghosts has some like amazing multiplayer DLC maps. Their launch maps stink, but their DLC maps are fire. Yeah, so many Get Agile free cards. Like, I'm really just running into them with the PhD augment. It gets them out of the way. I mean, I know we're only around 11, but still. I just let him hit me there. I just wanted to see how long it took. Because, yeah, obviously they start hitting more in the later rounds, so that's why it gets, like, more dangerous in the later rounds. Give me that. Exactly, I'm not hating, I just don't think they have that depth as Shadows and Ancient Evil, Dead of the Night. Yeah, I agree. Exactly what I've been saying. Like, I don't think any of the maps in BO6, as much as I love like Terminus and Liberty Fall, or Terminus and Citadel, I don't think they're top 10 maps, and like I don't think they have potential to be that. Citadel, I was really high on it when it first came out. You guys saw my videos, my reviews. I was like, this could be top 10. It has potential. I think over time, I think I was just expecting the side Easter eggs to be better, and maybe that's why I was so excited. But then the side Easter eggs ended up not being that great, so I was like, okay, I don't think I could call this a top 10 map if it doesn't really have that like crazy side Easter egg, you know, crazy side Easter eggs. And over time, that I think some of the mechanics of this game do kind of make the gameplay loop a little bit more repetitive than it probably should be. So I don't know, like still probably like a top 15 map though, maybe something like that. Which is good, but I don't know. I want some all-timers to be dropping, you know what I'm saying? At least one. Like, I think every game should have at least one all-timer. Like, what are the only, at least in your opinion, because this is all opinionated, but in your guys' opinion, what Call of Duty games do you think are the only ones that don't have any like S tier or like high A tier maps? I would say, I mean, World at War, I mean, I think Deriz deserves like, for me, it'd probably be like high B tier, maybe low A. I don't know. I don't, as much as it's a very influential map, I don't really consider it that high. Black Ops 1, I think Call of the Dead deserves A tier, but I don't know about high A though. Maybe low A. Black Ops 2 obviously has lots of S tiers and A tiers. BO3 obviously, that's fine. Advanced Warfare definitely doesn't have any S or A's. Yeah, I would say Advanced Warfare and maybe Vanguard and Cold War are the only CODs that don't have any S's or A's. Advanced Warfare, Cold War, and World at War. Because I think Call of the Dead could be A tier. I don't think Deriz would be A tier for me. So yeah, World at War and Cold War and Advanced Warfare. I think Citadel's a low A. I know I said S tier or high A, but I'll say just A and S and A in general, because I think Citadel deserves low A.
Never been a people person.
And then Terminus is probably like a high B. Liberty Falls is probably like a C for me personally.
You cannot fight, you cannot see.
Cold War, World at War, yeah, it seems like pretty similar responses. Vanguard, Yeah, no, Vanguard would be one of those as well. Yeah, I don't think Vanguard has any. Vanguard doesn't have any S's or A's for sure. Even though I think Shinonuma and the Archon, they're probably like B's, maybe low B's. I think those two maps deserve a B tier, but not A. Definitely not A. So yeah. So World of War, Vanguard, Cold War, Advanced Warfare. Maybe if you want to count MWZ, count MWZ too. I don't. Operation Deadbolt is not getting no A tier. All right, we're almost. I think we're gonna end the stream soon because I've been over the 2-hour mark. Even though I said I was gonna stop at 2 hours, but we'll end it in like maybe like 5 minutes. Origins and DE are the only S tier maps we've ever gotten, in my opinion. To be an S tier map, you need to be Primus or Ultimus. Otherwise, it can't be above an A for me. Damn. What about the Infinite Warfare crew? They're pretty goated. I'm not even kidding. I would love to see that crew come back. Like I mean, obviously, I would love an Infinite Warfare sequel, of some sort. And no, you don't need Lee Ross for it. I know a lot of people say that, but like Lee Ross, I love him. He did great stuff. You could still continue it without him. I don't think he would he wouldn't banish you from, you know, he wouldn't be mad at you, you know, if they continued it. I mean, I think it would be ideal if they asked him to return even. But if he said no, then, you know, they do without him, I guess, you know. But I'd love that and see them return. Because it would make perfect sense, because you can do like a Zombies in Spaceland sequel, and it would be them like getting Willard Wyler back from Spaceland. Because isn't that how Infinite Warfare ended? They threw Willard Wyler into Spaceland. So you could be like going back to Spaceland trying to, because you realize you have to save Willard Wyler because you need him for something or whatever. Oh god, I'm drinking water while I'm trying to play. For that, when I said I was gonna make that video about like the perfect zombies game, I probably would use an Infinite Warfare Zombies sequel as like the backdrop for that perfect idea. Because a lot of my ideas go hand in hand with a game like that, so I probably would base it off of that. Do you think the bone Easter egg will get solved on Shunim Reborn? I didn't even know there was a bone Easter egg on Shunim Reborn. Well, I'm not even sure what it is. You got to enlighten me on that one. Ancient Evil is S tier. I agree. I think Ancient Evil is probably the only BO4 S tier map. Dead of the Night is really close. Same with 9, but I don't think they're. I think I would probably give those A tier, like high A. I would maybe just give like 6 maps S tier. Spaceland, Origins, Mob of the Dead, Horizon Drak, Ancient Evil, and Garad Krovi. Shadows of Evil, I'd put an A tier, which might sound crazy. I like Shadows a lot. I don't know if I would call it S tier. Personally. I could be persuaded to put it in S tier though, because it's probably my number 7 map for sure.
Say hi to Sputnik for me.
Transit S tier? I don't know what you're talking about. Needing a different voice now. Announcer for Willard. Yeah, that's true because the actor passed away. Which I don't think that's like. I personally don't see a problem with doing that. The companies do that all the time, and it's not. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. I think most of the time the families and like they're okay with it. Like that's just, you know. I don't think it's like let's say they brought back. I mean, obviously Takeo's voice actor didn't die, but the voice actor had a stroke and he can't do the voice anymore. So whenever Primus returns, which they're already rumored to return next year, if they do replace his voice actor, I really don't think it's a big deal. Again, assuming he's okay with it, which I'm sure he would be. I don't think Tom Kane's gonna sit there and go like, no, like you can't do that character anymore. Like I just don't think he would say that. I could be wrong, but I really don't. I think it's different if you like created the character, but like he didn't create the character, you know, he voiced it for years and he is the character in a lot of ways, but I don't think he'd have a problem with there being a new iteration with a different voice actor, you know.
Carver owes me a beer when this is over.
I love Ancient Evil. If it was on BO3, would be A+. They don't need Primus or Ultimus. I love the Chaos Crew, but they are nothing compared to the GOATs. I'm fine with them never coming back, though. I like the Chaos Crew a lot, to be honest. I think my favorite thing about them is that, like, well, they're very different from one another for sure. But I also love the fact that on 9 they look completely different. They have like a whole different vibe to them. I think that's so cool. All right, I think we'll probably finish the stream whenever I finish these 2,000 kills on this thing. Shadows is probably the best like looking map visually. I think the only thing holding it back for me is I don't like the Easter egg being only 4-player. Well, obviously you can do most of it solo, but that holds it back a tiny bit. And I wish you could upgrade the Apothecon Servant. That's about it though. There's like my only two like problems with the map, and not being able to get more than 4 perks without Gobblegums. There should have been a side Easter egg to get more than 4.
Remodeled that one top floor pretty good.
I don't know what's holding back Dead at Night, to be honest. Maybe like the scratch mark step isn't the best, but most of the I love Dead of the Night. I'm a huge Dead of the Night defender. Does directed kills count in the leaderboards? I'm just realizing, like, isn't my leaderboard numbers gonna just spike to the top if they did come back? How would Diego be though? I'm not even sure. I don't think they will come back because I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I think if they do anything with them again, it'll probably be like they're ghosts of them or something, and you'll speak to them through like Easter egg stuff. But I really doubt we'll see them back, like in the flesh. I was hoping this map they would do that. They'd have them like as ghosts. You could like talk to them. But I would prefer that they just return fully. But I don't know. They'd have to start introducing time travel for that to work, I guess. Which they should be doing that soon, I think. What is Endless Barrage? What is that? I keep getting that like notification that says Endless Barrage. Doing the whole Easter egg, it gives you all perks. Oh, you mean Shadows? Yeah, but you can't do it solo though, so it doesn't really help my case, does it? If I'm playing solo, I'm kind of shit out of luck. I feel like I'm the only one who likes the scratch mark step, or thinks scratch mark step is easy. I don't really think it's that hard. I kind of agree, actually. My issue isn't that it's hard necessarily. It's just I just don't necessarily find the whole fetch quest type stuff to be like that fun. At least in the way that it works in that map, because I think it's like, the way the what do you call it? The way everything looks, I do think they maybe did a little bit too much with it. Even though I like complex stuff, and This is where we have to get nuanced, because I know someone's gonna come at me and they're gonna be like, wait, but you like complex Easter eggs, so why don't you like this complex step? Because you know, but there's nuance to it, right? Like, I love complex steps, but I think that's a complex step that I'm not like crazy about. I don't hate it. Like, I've never sat there and thought the map sucks because of it or anything like that, but I do think it's like, when you have a step where you have to look around the map for very small items, it's not, I just don't think that process works well with the zombies formula of the zombies coming really fast at you. Now, if that specific step slowed down the zombie spawns and maybe made it so the zombies are slower or something, like, I think there's a way they could have done it that would have been not as annoying. But inevitably, especially in a mode where you can't really hold crawlers that well, at least compared to older zombies modes, it wasn't the best step. But they probably could have arranged it a bit, changed it a bit to make it work better. And I think the best way to do that would literally just be, again, make it so the zombies get slower during that step. And then once you finish the step, they get faster again. I don't know. So many steps could be fixed just with that little changes like that. Which is why I was so annoyed with Cold War, just like cleaning house with the Easter eggs and making them like so easy and simple. It's like, I don't think we needed them to be that simple though. I think people just wanted some of those steps to be kind of ironed out a little bit, you know? Like, I don't think people hate puzzles. I think they hate puzzles where they can't do it without zombies hitting them. That's what people hate. But they don't hate puzzles. Some people hate puzzles. Not everyone, though. Like, I know a lot of people that would not have an issue with most steps in zombies as long as they gave you, like, the ability to do it without zombies hitting you. Like, make the puzzle harder for all I care. I don't know. I love it to be hard. Love it to be hard. But you got to do it in a way that's, like, fun hard, you know? Not like, oh, this is just really frustrating because I can't input a code while the, you know, zombies are smacking my butt cheeks. All right, we got 2,000 eliminations. Let's go to that trap and try to get some crit kills from that, and then we'll be done. We'll be done for today. Yeah, we'll probably, I think we are going to get time travel because I believe Richthofen's mansion was said to have time travel or something like that, right? Calling card, probably. Yeah, probably. Come on, give me all the crit kills. Come on.
Sorry, no group discounts.
Diego was a great character. I agree. I just save one zombie and I literally just do the entire step. Oh no, yeah, you're not, I'm not like sitting here and saying it's like the worst step ever. I don't really think it is, but I don't think it's particularly like the best design in the way it is, you know. Especially if it Winter's Whale, yeah, it's not hard at all. You just use Winter's Whale. Winter's Whale is a lifesaver in BO4. It's like a must. I think my favorite type of steps that I want to see more of, right, is stuff, puzzles, right? I love the Atlas puzzle, for example, on Dead of the Night. The one where you have to spin little wheels and make it like face certain ways. I love AEK needs both crowd freeze and napalm burst kills. I might as well just do a little bit of that right now, then why not? I'm never gonna end the stream, man. I'm just what was I saying? Love the Atlas puzzle so much because it's something that, like, okay, my only issue is there technically is a solution that you can do every single time if you just input the right like combination in, but I think they should design it in a way so it's a different solution every single game and make it so you can do it without zombies hitting you, and then it's, to me, a perfect step. It's a fun puzzle, interesting to solve, and you just sit there and do it. Like, I don't know, it's perfect.
Going incendiary.
What other type of steps do I love? Obviously, like, any sort of like boss related steps obviously gonna be fun. Fighting bosses is always fun. I love when they mix like puzzles and bosses too. Like, I guess it wasn't really a mix of it, but Simon Says, like the Infinite Warfare Simon Says before the boss fight, I love that step on Spaceland. There's a lot of Simon Says. I mean, even the Archon has a pretty fun Simon Says step.
It's like a
And then
bodily harm.
what else? What are like the best steps? I'm trying to think. I mean, everyone always talks about Ancient Evil Hit Your Marks, which I think is a good step. I don't think it's like the best. It's too easy, but it's fun. It's just really easy. What are some good ones? Sometimes escorts are fun. People like sometimes don't like them. Like I like the Valkyrie escort in Garad Krovi. Honestly, all the challenge trials in Garad Krovi I think are really good. Yes, even the bomb step. I think the bomb step is fantastic. That's what I do when I run the Easter eggs. Winter's Wail comes in clutch. I only ever use Winter's Wail in that modifier slot in BO4. I guess you don't have to run the modifier, but that's where it's like at its best. How do you think they can bring back Primus Ultimates without it feeling like their sacrifice is pointless, even if they make them look different again and give them a new group name? I think it's literally just going to be... the whole sacrifice being pointless thing. Here's the thing, right? And I don't agree with a lot of people who say that for a lot of reasons, and I'll explain why. Because that is like most universes, that like most franchise stories that exist for a long period of time. Like think about it. Even Avengers Endgame, right? Or Avengers, like the Marvel, maybe not the best example because I know people don't like Marvel right now too. But like they're not just gonna make a character make a big sacrifice like what happened in Endgame and then just never have any bad things happen in the world again after that. No, of course, bad things are gonna happen regardless of the sacrifice, right? The Walking Dead had plenty of sacrifice moments. Bad things are still gonna happen to those characters after the fact. And I know because the sacrifice is specifically based around the multiverse, you would think that if they bring back the multiverse, it's gonna kill that sacrifice. But to be fair, they never said anything about bringing back the multiverse. I don't think you have to bring back the multiverse for this to be a thing. Now, I think the issue that people have with it is that their souls were meant to be like brought. They're not meant to be out there, right? They're not meant to be existing. Eddie is because he was one of the kids there. He was with Samantha. But I think they could make it in a way to where the other kids were there too, right? Like I don't, because I mean the kids did exist. They were at the house in Revelations, so I don't really know how that could work. I'm not sure. Like I'm not a story expert, but I would imagine they could make that work. So I don't really want it necessarily, but I'm also not like against it. Honestly, it's the yeast of my concerns for the yeah. I keep fucking saying that. It's a Family Guy meme, and for some reason every time I say it, I just immediately think to say that instead of just saying least. It's a Family Guy joke. I don't know. It's the least of my concerns with that game, or with zombies right now, though, is the story. I'm more concerned with the gameplay. Story, I feel like I want them to just get crazier with it. That's all I really care about, to be honest. I don't particularly think the story is like that great right now, but it's fine. I'm intrigued at the very least, so there's that. What's the black circle to the left of the ammo? Good. Oh, the kill streaks. Yeah. I don't know why it's showing up even though I don't have one right now, but
This is the ultimate ghillie suit.
does it always do that? I don't know.
Could have used this at any fucking point in my life. Je suis de soleil. About your face.
Ow. Damn, the bomb step. I love it. I love the bomb step. Okay, I love how anxiety inducing it is. Like those are the best steps, the ones that just make you just purely just anxious. You know what I want? And I'm gonna talk about this in my I'm gonna do this. I really want to do this video because I have so many ideas for zombies. It'll be just a whole stream of me just giving out ideas. But I so badly want there to be like an Easter egg, maybe like a side Easter egg, not a main Easter egg, where you essentially have to play a life-size version of chess against an AI. Like, you know, like Harry Potter, like that in the first movie when they're playing the life-size chess. I'm talking like that. It would have been perfect on this map, but whatever, they didn't do it. They had the chess piece thing, but that's not like, you're not playing chess. But how fucking cool would it be if you actually got to like fully play chess against someone, and if you lose, you can just try again. If you win, you get some sort of reward. It'd be awesome. I'd fucking love that. And a whole room dedicated to a giant chessboard, like, that'd be freaking sick. Like, that's the kind of stuff I want out of zombies, though, you know, like stuff like that. Like a complex like thing that it tests your real life knowledge on chess, but you don't have to do it because it's a side Easter egg, so it's whatever. Oh yeah, bomb step solo is not bad at all because you could just pause when you're. That's the hardest part of it, is making sure you're actually keeping track of how fast it appears on the screen. I love the Rise and Rock Wisp step. I don't think it should have to be done twice, but it's how you do an RNG step. I think that step's good for like speedrunning. It's pretty fun. I don't know if it's like one of my favorite steps, but it's for speedrunning. It's pretty cool. Because the Rise and Rock is one of the only maps I've actually ever speedran. I've speedran the Rise and Rock, Alpha Omega, and Ancient Evil solo. That is. I guess I've done more than that, if we're counting co-op. But those are the only ones I've done solo. What was your first COD? Call of Duty 3. The original Call of Duty 3 in 2006. I was really young. I was 6 years old, though, so it's not like I was, like, actively playing Call of Duty 3, but I did play it when I was 6 years old, so, you know, I guess it counts. I didn't really, like, start getting into Call of Duty, like, till World at War, though, so, you know, I guess I wasn't, like, frequently playing before that. But, yeah. The claw step on Dead of the Night fits the map so well if you think about it, because you're finding a clue and typing them into the telescope. Oh no, I agree with that. Yeah, the scratch marks. I do like that aspect of it. I do agree. There's a lot to that that's pretty cool. They never went to Revelations when they broke the cycle. Oh yeah, fuck, you're right. I've totally forgot because Blood of the Dead changed that. Yeah. You are right. So I guess that means it only should, yeah, it should only be Eddie and Samantha, really. But I don't know. I think they'll find a way to make it work. And I honestly am not like, regardless, it's fine. Like, I care more about whatever they do with the gameplay going forward. But I'm also just not the story guy. Like, that's not my thing. Like, nobody's watching my videos for the story stuff. That's I like the story, but I'm also not like an expert on it, you know. I like it if it's like interesting. It's not going to affect my love for the franchise though. Like, I think the way I care about the story more so has to do with the atmosphere, right? So like, I want the story to be like, I want chaos to return, not because I love the chaos story itself, like as a story. Like, sure, it's fine, but like the reason I loved it was because of the mythology, the aesthetic of it, the atmosphere. That's what I loved about it, right? The characters too were pretty cool. Like, there's elements I loved about it. It's not necessarily like the story as a whole that I needed to return. Yeah, by the way, I don't know why I'm still streaming, even though I said like 20 times I was gonna stop. But I'm having fun talking, so I'm just gonna keep going. Spoke to Dempsey's voice actor, and he would love to come back and voice him again. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised about that at all. Yeah. What's up, Beware the Six? How you doing? Citadel has such cool round start themes. I agree. That's the one thing they've always nailed is music. Like, very rarely do they not nail music in zombies. I will say though, although I love the music, I don't know if I love the presentation of music in the past couple of Call of Duty Zombies games, because they don't have it. It's not as prevalent like in the background. You know what I mean? Like, go play a game of Ancient Evil. You will non-stop hear music just playing throughout the whole map. It's great. It's not just like the round change. Like, there's always music playing. I love it. Obviously, like, Infinite Warfare did that with like actual songs as well. But they don't really do that too much anymore. And that's kind of a shame. I'm kind of just in the zone now though, so I might just keep going until I get 2,000. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Don't know why we got a SOG blueprint when there's a literal MP5 which the guards use. Oh, for the Squid Game thing. Yeah, that was a little weird. That was weird. What's up, Taylor Shift? How you doing? Love that username. I just want a solid zombies game with top tier maps. That's what I want to. I actually had like an idea for a wonder weapon, and it was honestly like, it like pisses me off that it will never exist because I just don't think they would do this. But like the idea is so good that I got angry about it. Like I can kind of talk about it here though, because I might, like I said, I might do a whole video going over like a bunch of ideas I have, but I wanted to like, I kind of want to share it because it's like, I think it's such a cool sounding idea that would literally make for like the greatest map of all time, like just by this idea alone. Like it wouldn't even be like a competition. Like it'd be the greatest wonder weapon ever. Okay, I'll go into it. So the basis of it, right, would be a wand. So like a wizard wand. It would work best on a map that's meant to be like a wizard theme map, you know, like wizards, witches and stuff like that. And you would have a base wand. Maybe there'd be like 4 different wands. It doesn't really matter. They're not like that different. But the whole purpose of these wands is that you achieve spells through quests. So there's let's say, like, let's just throw out a random number. Let's say there's 60 spells you can get, which sounds like a lot, but hear me out. 60 different special things that you can get on this wand. You can only have 3 spells active on the weapon at a time though, and you have to actually like do the quest to get the spell. Some of the quests are really easy for the spells though. One of them would be like 50 kills with the wand. It gets you like a fireball spell or something, and you shoot a fireball out of your wand, right? And then other ones are way more involved where it's a whole quest you have to go on to get a spell, right? So stuff like that. There would be 1 spell you get, or 3 spells you get total, and one of each of them is for a specific category of spells. There'd be like assault spells, defense spells, like specialist spells, whatever. And they would all obviously like do different things. Like the assault one would be like attacking, and then the defense ones would be more like defensive things, and then specialists would just kind of be like a, you know, a mix of in between, maybe like miscellaneous type stuff. Like an example, turning all the zombies into the tiny guys from Shangri-La, like returning that as an ability, but with a wand. And the reason I think that would be so cool is because, like, okay, you have 60 different spells you can go for, and you're playing a map. That would infinitely be replayable because every time you play, you can go for a different set of spells. You don't have to do all 60 in one game. Maybe you have to get a couple of them for the Easter egg or something, but if you're just playing casually, like, you don't have to get all of them. You just choose which ones you want to get those ones, and then boom, you put those on. You can mix and match them as you're playing. You can switch them out for different spells. But like, I think that would just be infinitely replayable as a concept. Like, you wouldn't need any other side Easter eggs on that map. You could literally just do that, and it would be enough. Like, infinite replayability there. I'm telling you. And even if the spells cross over with, like, let's say some of the spells do something very similar to the Gobblegums, I don't think that'd be an issue. You just have the ability to do the same thing twice, you know? Like, there can literally be a spell that does the same thing as anywhere but here. I don't see the issue with that. They've overlapped things before in Call of Duty. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just gives you more opportunities for the same thing. Area specific music. Yeah. So that's what I was referring. I did a tweet on it the other day, but that's what they don't really do anymore. At least not like frequently. There's some here and there, but it's not like literally, like, you go to BO3 and BO4, it was every single area had its own theme, like literally. And I feel like they gotta do stuff like that again. Funny enough, the Dark Aether story had better storytelling on Cold War. The intel was far more interesting there, specifically within the random radios of random people that got lost in the Dark Aether. I think what's keeping me interested now, I think the cutscenes help a lot for sure. Actually having a dedicated crew helps too. Like, I'm definitely happy with all that. Obviously the Chaos influence, I'm freaking out about that. So, you know, That's obviously getting me excited. Oh, we're at 15,000, 1,500. Nice.
Insta-kill.
Oh shit, I gotta get more ammo quick.
Thanks for coming to Bodies by Weaver. Come again.
What do you think of a video on the downfall of Pack Punch quests? That could be interesting. Because I do kind of agree. Like, I do think Pack Punch quests aren't as good as they used to be. What are your guys' like favorite Pack Punch quests? I think for me, it's probably Shadows of Evil or 9, maybe. Garad Crovey, actually. Garad Crovey's up there. I actually really like Dead of the Nights too. I know people say it's too complicated, but I think it's pretty fun. All right, 2 more trap uses, and then we're getting off. Then we're getting off. Have you been watching Skeleton Crew? No, I watched the first 3 episodes. I did reactions for them too. And then I stopped because no one was watching my videos for them. So my worst performing videos ever. So I was like, all right. And then I liked the show was fine. I enjoyed it, but I was like, I'm not gonna do videos for it anymore because these views are so low. Nobody cares. And yeah, I just haven't watched it on my own. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not like, I wasn't that interested in it to begin with, but I'll probably finish it later just for the sake of it. Shadows of Evil's favorite Pack Punch quest? Yeah, I think it's just really fun to like try to optimize it as much as possible. Like find ways to get the different things done as fast as you can with the different beast mode usages. I think that's really cool. Dead of the Night Pap quest is crazy cool. The gates opening and the giant werewolf. Oh, I love it. I think it's the best introduction to a boss zombie ever. Like a special enemy. So incredible. Is there an ammo crate? Yep. What do you think of the Acolyte? It definitely wasn't something that great, but it was, as Lord Bacon people say, I thought it was decent, but I thought the story structure was really bad. Like the way the show was structured it felt like it should be a movie. It felt like a movie turned into a TV show in a lot of ways because of some episodes just not feeling like actual TV episodes. But the choreography and the lightsaber duels was fantastic. So like that is what I love about the show. That episode 5 was one of my favorite Star Wars episodes ever because that actually had really good fight scenes. Like it was really well done. I just didn't really care for the story enough to like really get into it. I like the characters were good. It's just more so what they did with the characters. I don't know, like 2 flashback episodes that felt really repetitive. I don't know, wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. I'll probably end up getting a Skeleton Crew eventually though, for sure. I think 9 is one of the coolest Pack Punch quests. I agree. Something about having to like fight mini bosses. Like again, it's a way to introduce the the player into the boss enemies. I mean, this map does it too, which I like. Like having an interesting way to introduce you to the main boss or like the main special enemy. It's not a Pap quest, but I love going to Pap Unburied. Honestly, I kind of consider that a Pap quest because you got to do a whole, you got to travel through a witch house and then go through the entire maze. Like it kind of feels like a quest. So I'll give it, I'll consider it a quest. The Pap Unburied is really cool though, because you're basically doing that quest. You have to do that quest every single time you want to get to Pack-a-Punch, which I absolutely love. What's the worst Pack-a-Punch quest? Even though I love this map, I'm gonna say Shaolin Shuffle because one of the parts is in the most ridiculously stupid hidden place ever. And again, I like when stuff is hidden when it's hidden in a logical and interesting way, not when it's hidden in a dumb way that no one's ever gonna find unless they look up a guide for it. Now, on multiple replays, it's a fine quest. There's nothing wrong with that quest on multiple replays. It's just a stupid. Oh no, Transit's the worst Pack-a-Punch quest. What am I talking about? What am I talking? I forgot about Transit, because Transit's not only bad the first time you do it, it's bad the second, the third, the fourth. It's bad every single time you do it. By far, Transit. What am I talking about? What's your top 5 zombies YouTubers? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't want to give a top 5 because that feels weird ranking people. Like some of these guys I've talked to before, you know what I mean? It feels weird putting them in like tiers and stuff. But some of the guys I watch more often, I love Defend the House. I mean, they're not really like zombies YouTubers in the usual sense, but their zombies videos recently have been amazing. They're playing zombies for the first time, and I love their videos. Like that I could watch their videos all day, because seeing these two guys play zombies, they're really high quality videos too, really well edited, and they're interesting. They got interesting, you know, opinions on their first time playing zombies. So yeah, Defend the House is up there. I used to watch a lot of JC Backfire. He was one of my favorites, but he doesn't really post zombies too much anymore, which is, I sometimes watch his streams even nowadays. But he was like the main guy I watched a lot of times back in like the BO4 days especially. Oh my god, I just wanted to pick this up. Oh, I thought it was an insta kill. My eyes are deceiving me, man. My eyes are deceiving me. Obviously Mr. Waffles. I mean, I watch, he probably is the one I watch more consistently nowadays, because he's got a lot of interesting, like, I don't know if you guys watched the speedrunner roundtable video. I thought that was really informative, because someone who doesn't speedrun this game, it was cool to see a bunch of these speedrunners like actually talk about it and stuff, you know? So I got a lot out of that. That was a really good video. Donuts is making some incredible videos nowadays. Like he's like the, I consider him the exclusive ace, or like the J God of like zombies. That's kind of what I consider him as nowadays. So he's putting out some great stuff. If you just want like informative stuff that's gonna help you like actually do decent in these zombies games, especially BO6 and MWZ last year as well.
And that is why you should never fart near an open flame.
You friends with Chopper? I haven't really talked to him. I love his videos though. He's great. I do watch the Going Dark podcast. I love their podcast. I'm a big fan of T-Dog as well. His stuff is good. Obviously he doesn't really do zombies though, but he's fun to watch. Skeptics makes great videos too. Yeah, there's a lot of that's the thing nowadays. There's so many really great creators nowadays. Like, I mean, obviously there was tons back in the day as well, but like it's blowing up nowadays though. Like, you know, there's so many. Like, I feel like every other day I come across a new zombies creator that I didn't even know existed before. Like every day I'm finding new people. It's crazy. Oh god. I kind of just want to get all these critical kills now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like so invested in it now. I'm talking all this shit about camo grinding, and then now I'm just sitting here like, you know, I really want to get this damn pistol done with. What's the map that gets progressively worse the more you get through the map? Maybe and really any Exozombies map, because Exozombies is honestly built in a way where it's way more fun before you get to like past certain rounds. Like, I think it's better without the exosuit, but obviously once you get the exosuit, that's how you get your perks. So you kind of need it, and you also like the zombies are gonna spawn with the exosuit no matter what. But like the early rounds in Advanced Warfare are honestly not that bad, you know. So I would say any of those maps would be a decent candidate for getting worse as you get through the map. Alpha Omega, you got to turn valves like 3 times, 4 times actually. Alpha Omega's quest, the only thing I don't like about that PAP quest is the fact that it keeps resetting. Like you have to keep doing it again and again when the zombies turn it off. That is very annoying. It's the only thing about that map I don't like. Only thing. The only problem with the transit one is it's just like it's very finicky. I've been told it's just a skill issue in the past, but I don't know, man. I've tried it so many times and it like never works. So I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I watched it. Somebody said mythical blunt rotation about the speedrunner table. It was interesting though, because they were saying their favorite speedruns are all basically the BO4 speedruns. Like they love BO4 speedruns, which I mean, I did a lot of Ancient Evil and Alpha Omega, and I agree those were fun maps to speedrun. Now none of them said that those were their favorites to speedrun. I think they all agreed that Ancient Evil speedrun is not that great because of the RNG for the challenges that you need to do. But I don't know. I had fun speedrunning it.
It's like a symphony of bodily harm.
Yo, Chad, how you doing? Well, I gotta stay a little longer on the stream just for Chad, right? I'm not kidding. For the past, like, what is it, like 30 minutes? Oh, 50 minutes? Oh my God. For the past 50 minutes, I've been saying, oh, I'm gonna get off the stream in a couple minutes, and then I just don't. I just don't get off. I just haven't gotten off. I've just been doing this for like 3 hours now. Oh, man. Come on! Come on! If you understand how the turbine works, transit isn't an issue, but Alpha Omega doors is open for time. Well, maybe it is a skill issue with the transit thing. You might be right. I don't know, like, but every time I've tried that bullshit, it like half the times it doesn't work. The other half of the times it does work though, so it's kind of just like a, you know, we'll see what happens sort of a thing. I'm glad there's a lot of new zombies YouTubers because most of the ones I watched back in the day are either no longer on YouTube or got exposed. Well, yeah, I mean, when it comes to like zombies content, it's honestly the type of content I like to watch more than anything. So the more the merrier. That's, yeah, 100%. EO4 haters be damned. I couldn't hate that game even if I tried. Ow! We still get kills? Oh, that's just the leftover. I don't... Is it Molotov kills or is it the oil trap kills that gives you the crits? Or is it just... Does it have to be the mix? Don't leave me. If you don't keep turning the valves, you'll have to turn valves on 4 valves dealing with... Oh, yeah, yeah. If you don't keep... That is what ruins Alpha Omega. That's why I've said the map is great if you're just playing the Easter egg. But yeah, once you start doing high rounding, it sucks. Because doing the Easter egg, you finish the Easter egg before that's even a problem. So it's like, whatever. And I love that Easter egg, so that's why I love that map. But yeah, high rounding is kind of a nightmare. Alright, let's wait for this round zombies to spawn in. Oil plus Molotov. Only work. Oh, okay, so you do need to do both then, okay.
Fuck you in particular.
Alright, let's do this. Turn it on. Bring it on. Feel free to end the stream. This is my least favorite grind in 20 years of god damn. I do think, honestly, I'm gonna do a different conversation kind of, but I'm gonna do a ranking of every multiplayer probably after like season 3, maybe after season 2. I don't know. I might wait till season 3. And I'm kind of worried. I don't think I'm gonna rank this multiplayer that high. I mean, I like it, but I I don't think it really does anything that exciting to really like grab me. No streak looping really sucks. The maps I don't hate as much as other people do, but I don't love them either. They're kind of just average. Probably the weakest Treyarch maps ever, so that's a problem. I mean, Treyarch usually nails the maps though, so there's that. But honestly, like as it is currently, I do think MW3 from last year had a better multiplayer than Black Ops 6. What's your favorite food? Probably sweet potato casserole. Sweet potatoes with marshmallows and brown sugar. It's got to be one of the top foods.
Make a hole, fuckers.
Ow.
You're not boxing me in. Molotov lit.
Oh, I think I threw the Molotov away before the oil trap was activated. Oh, we got it! Fucking finally! Let's go pack a bunch of it for funsies now. We're still not ending the fucking stream. Oh my god. Ah! Tap quests that you can do with different approaches are the best. Like Shadows Below, you can do the rituals in any order. BO6 are very linear and short. You know, I completely agree. Same with Dead of the Night. Like you can do it in any order. Like I think even with the Easter eggs too, I feel the same way. Like I love when maps. Citadel actually, the Easter egg is pretty open in terms of what order you do it in. But like I really like stuff like that where it's just whatever order you want, you just go at it. Like that's to me how you make a good Easter egg. Same applies for pap quests too. Streaming the whole camo grind? Oh no, no. I'm gonna do some here and there. Like every now and then we'll do a stream and just like jump on the camo grind, but I'm not gonna be doing it every single, you know, every single time I want to grind. And I'm not gonna always stream it, but you know, sometimes. BO6 multiplayer is so bad, the maps are small and hectic, and the guns have no good iron sights and aren't special, plus a million other things. I think literally my biggest issue is, I'll explain them right now. So first of all, and this is a COD issue since like MW 2019, but there's not enough. You gotta let us earn COD points or like bundle stuff, because I'm sick and tired of the only earnable stuff being like very minuscule things other than like the camo grind, and it's just like not interesting like compared to the bundle items. Like let us earn items in the store. That would make the grind so much more fun. There'd be more stuff to grind for too. I would be in love with that, right? Skill-based matchmaking, tone that shit down. That's a must. When it comes to streaks, buff the fuck out of the score streaks. They need to be so much better than they are. And give us back streak looping. Simple as that, right? What else could they do? Yeah, better maps for sure. More interesting locations in the maps. I feel like a lot of them aren't that interesting, personally. Add some more fun modes as well. Like I feel like a lot of the game modes they add aren't like the craziest. Ranked, honestly, I'm not a huge ranked fan because they take out so much shit. Like maybe I'm mistaken, but I remember BO3 ranked didn't remove like that much at all. Like it had a lot of stuff in it. But BO6 ranked has like none of the items in the game, and I'm like, come on. Like I want to get into ranked, but it's hard to get into it when it's like that. It's like it limits the game so heavily. Like, is that really necessary? BO4 zombies hate led to simplistic maps. Partially, yeah. Was a big part of it. Which, I mean, I'll stand by that. I think a lot of the hate for that game was misdirected. Like, I feel like we should have been better at explaining what we didn't like about it. Because I feel like a lot of what people didn't like about it, it was very complex. Like, casuals, I don't like, very casual players, they weren't doing Easter eggs to begin with. So I don't think they didn't like the game because the maps were too complex. I think they just didn't like it because the systems, that they changed the perk system. They, you know, the HUD wasn't that pretty to look at. Like, I think those are things that turned off casuals more than anything. You know, I really don't think it was the Easter eggs being too complex. And if they wanted more people to do Easter eggs, well, first of all, they got to give us actual good Easter egg rewards, which Infinite Warfare is definitely the best with that. They've done amazing Easter egg rewards. This game has Easter egg rewards, but I wouldn't say they're like amazing. They're just decent. Like do more stuff like that. Like, there should have been an Easter egg reward that gives you the Wonder Waff in the mystery box on Liberty Falls every time you play. If you do the Easter egg, that would be a fantastic reward. Everyone would do that Easter egg. Literally everyone would do it. Because you got to realize, like, you got to think about what is making people not do Easter eggs as much as they want, right? Is it because they're too complicated, or is it because people don't care about them? It's both, a mix of them, but I think a big part of it is the fact that a lot of people didn't care. Why would they do an Easter egg if they're not an Easter egg person, you know? They have to really encourage people to do them, and rewards is the best way to do that, I would say.
Easy when a target walks like mad after 8 years.
And I was talking about this before. There might be a decent amount of players who they don't even like care. Like, let's say they don't care about the rewards. They just like Easter eggs to like see the boss or something. What if they die in the boss fight? Are they gonna have any motivation to try to beat the Easter egg? No, because why do they need? They don't need the reward. They don't care about the Maya skin, you know. So you got to go really far with the reward. It has to be like a really good reward, and I think it could motivate more people to do it. That's just the way I see it. Like, I just don't know if it needs to be made so much easier. I feel like if someone really wants to beat something, they're gonna try to beat it, right? Even if it's a little harder than usual. It also gets them to play the game longer. Oh, we already got gold on this. Nice. I guess we can't do anything else with it. All right. I'm gonna have to end it there. we're gonna be going on all night if we keep going. Videos tomorrow. There's new information coming out on DLC 2 tomorrow, whatever the map is. I don't know if it's going to be a trailer or a teaser image or a logo. I have no clue, but whatever it is, I will be doing a video on it for sure. Not a live stream, but definitely a video. I'll read a couple of comments and then I'll head out. No good flow and skill-based matchmaking is ass. DL6 maps are bad. Not really an MP person, but the ones I play the most are BO2, BO3, World War II, MW3, and IW. Definitely some of my favorites you just listed there. The only thing BO6 has brought in is Omni movement, but tac sprint should be removed with it. Good progression system and decent boss fights. That's it. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I think Omni movement is good, but I don't think tac sprint should be there. I'm glad they have prestige back. That was a huge positive with this game for sure. I just think it was a bad time for BO4 to come out. I've been saying that, dude, timing is everything. If Infinite Warfare released today especially, oh my god, there would be so much love for it. Because, like, Infinite Warfare, and I'm very much proponent, is that the right word? I'm a defender of giving constructive criticism, giving feedback. I do that all the time. I've been doing that with BO6, right? So I'm not saying you can't complain about things or you can't criticize things. But based on what I heard about what people said about Infinite Warfare at the time, that hate was forced. It was. Come on. Most of the things people were hating on didn't even make sense, because it wasn't that they hated the futuristic setting. It was that they didn't want the futuristic setting again. That was the issue. And I get that. That's reasonable complaint, but like, is that fair to judge the whole game's existence based on that? I just don't think it is. You know, because if they were okay with BO3 being futuristic and they loved boost jumping in that game, and then the next year it's just, no, we don't want it anymore, this game sucks. You know what I mean? It's a little strange. To me, that feels forced. Yes, your opinions can change in a year, but like, and I get not wanting it twice in a year. Again, that is understandable. But like, why would the game be judged harshly based on that? Why not judge it based on the game itself? You know what I mean? And like, it even brought it over to the zombies modes, because you looked at zombies in Spaceland. Why was that trailer dislike bombed? Because people didn't want goofy zombies? Or was it because Infinite Warfare just got hate in general? You know, like, I don't really know what from the time it looked like it was because the goofiness of it that people didn't like. But again, I think nowadays people would be fine with that. And even zombies in the goofiness, like, I mean, they hit dragons in Garad Krovi. Like, that's not goofy, but it's still leaning towards the silly side of things, right? And it's cool. So what's wrong with the map that's a little crazy? I don't know. It felt to me a bit forced. If you didn't like advanced movement to begin with, then it's more understandable, but I don't know. To me, it felt forced. And then World War II zombies, I think a lot of people stopped playing it because of Fortnite was popular at the time. And so many people I know didn't even play like the rest of the maps in that game. And it's immediately like, oh, it sucks. They just kind of wrote it off. It sucks. I mean, like, I don't like the Darkest Shore. I don't like the Tortured Path. But like Shadow Throne and Frozen Dawn, like there's some decent stuff there. And I don't know, I feel like people should have given it a shot. BO4 is interesting because I think a lot of people liked the mechanics right away. And there's proof of that. Go watch Zombies YouTubers' early reviews of BO4. A lot of people actually liked it at launch. What they didn't like was the crashes. They were like, this game's great, but the crashes are ruining it. And then I think it took until like November, December for people to be like, yeah, screw these mechanics. These mechanics suck, which is understandable. There's a honeymoon phase there. People are really loving new stuff. That happens a lot. It's not crazy, but it's just important to note that like that is something that has happened frequently. And I don't think the BO4 hate was forced necessarily, because I do think there was a lot of legitimate criticism. I didn't like the HUD. I didn't like the point system. I didn't like the perk system. Fair complaints. But I think that hate did start to get in places that sometimes I did start to feel like it was being forced, like other aspects of the mode just kind of being written off because of those problems. You know what I mean? Because even like this year, like I hate the point system in BO6. I do. I wish these maps had more depth. But I'm not writing off the fact that they have some damn good boss fights. I'm not writing off the fact that there's good stuff here. Like I enjoyed the swords. I'm glad they buffed them. I think that was cool, personally. I ranked Citadel and Terminus pretty high on my launch maps ranking and DLC 1 maps ranking video. I ranked them pretty high. So like even though I have a lot of criticisms, I feel like there's enough nuance there to like say good things about it. But regardless, that's besides the point. I do think that BO4, yes, if the hate wasn't as severe, I think we would be in a different place right now. But also, if Cold War wasn't forced to be made in under 2 years, that would have changed things too. But that's not really Treyarch's fault, you know? The hate was coming from people who didn't buy the game? Yeah, for Infinite Warfare, yeah. Cold War's HUD is horrible? Yeah, let me have a Santa Claus in the middle of my screen and a big-ass mini-map on my left side. Yeah, it's my least favorite HUD, for sure. What happened in the San Diego Chargers? You mean the Los Angeles Chargers? But yeah, they lost. They got messed up. They really lost bad. They were winning at first, too, and then it just fell apart. Yeah, I love Infinite Warfare 2. I want to play it right now, you know, but I gotta go soon, so I can't be playing it right now. I'll definitely do a stream soon, just playing, maybe even multiplayer just for fun. But I do want to do the Ghosts and Skulls quests in Infinite Warfare Zombies. Maybe I'll do that one day. I just ask people to show me their playtime on BO4 for me to accept the criticism, because a lot of people didn't even play BO4. Yeah, I think it depends, because I don't think you need a lot of playtime to hate on certain like surface level things. Like if you hate on the HUD, for example, that's a surface level thing. I don't think you need playtime to really judge that. But if it's like something a little more in depth, then yeah, I think having more playtime does give you a better opinion on it. That's fair. Blackout better than Warzone? I don't know. I like a lot of things in Blackout more than Warzone, but there's also some stuff about Warzone I like more, so I think if they were to like mix some of the Blackout mechanics into Warzone, I think you would have an all-timer right there, but they haven't really done that. World War II at launch is also very different, so that damage is... Yeah, the multiplayer was really bugged at launch, yeah. Blackout was cooler than Warzone. I think if Blackout had buybacks and it was free to play, I think it would be better than Warzone. But it's hard for me to say it's better than Warzone just because I don't know how much I like the core experience, but I love Alcatraz portals and the hot pursuit mode in Blackout. Like any mode that has a resurgence type of what do you call it? mechanic where you can come back, because I don't know, I'm not a big fan of battle royales where if you die you're just out for the rest of the game, because to me it's just kind of frustrating if you're playing with a squad of 4 people and then like you die in the beginning and you have to sit there and watch your squad for 20 minutes. Like I don't know, I don't think it's like that fun. But having that ability to come back I think is huge. So but I do think Blackout, the map is better than Warzone. Blackout has the best map by far. The zombie stuff was awesome. Like, that's so cool. So cool. BO6 nailed wonder weapons and boss fights so far. Yeah, for the most part. I'm not crazy about the Beam Smasher personally. The jet gun's great, but it's I don't really have fun using the jet gun though. I love the swords though, but I don't know. The jet gun's not like that fun to use personally. The Beam Smasher I think is good. It's just not unique enough, I feel like, personally. We as a community suffocated COD's potential and creativity by hitting on the most innovative titles in the 2010s. And you know what? It's gonna be a cycle, but I think our criticisms play a role sometimes, like Sledgehammer making those changes for MW3. That was very much based around community feedback, 100%. But I think for like a big change, it really has to be more of a like a game sales, player counts type of a significant change in that. And I'm not gonna hope for failure. That's just not, I don't do that. Like I don't want to hope for that. But ultimately, if that were to happen, that would lead to the most change, because those years, those innovative Call of Duties, BO3, Infinite Warfare, World War II, BO4, like those only happened in the way that they did because the games were not doing that great. Like they were not selling as good as BO3 did great, but the other ones didn't really do that great. So they were constantly trying to do things to like bring people back. But I feel like nowadays they're kind of just like, okay, their games are doing fine. Maybe the player counts aren't amazing, but they're in a position where they could just keep doing what they're doing and it'll be fine. Which is why I'm kind of worried about zombies more than anything, because I feel like even as a community, most people are fine with this. I don't see anybody loving it. I have not seen a single person say that this is like the best zombies or that the maps are the best ever. Nobody's really, I haven't seen many people say that. Everyone's just kind of like, it's good. It's fun. I like it. But that's like the most dangerous position to be in, because I feel like they might, and I hope not, I hope this isn't the case, but I feel like that means they might just keep doing the same thing they're doing. BO7 might be the same thing. Maybe even BO8 if it goes the same way. Like every map's just going to be a good map, right? Which sounds good on paper, but I want to see like some risky ideas, some innovative ideas within the round-based formula, right? Round-based. I know everyone's going to say, what about MWZ? That's fine. I like that they tried something different, don't get me wrong, but I want to see innovative new ideas in round-based, because round-based has so much potential. It's not even funny. But like I just don't think they've scratched the surface, and I'm worried that these like BO6 modern era mechanics are going to kind of just continue going forward. I want to see them try new mechanics. I want to see them try old mechanics again, like try to mix and match them, even, I don't know, different things, and hopefully they will do that. I'm worried they're not though. I'm worried that they're going to be like, okay, people like BO6 zombies, so let's just kind of do the same thing next year, because let's not try to be it risky. Like BO4 was a risk. The problem with BO4 is that risk was too big and they never fell back on it. That is the biggest issue. I don't have a problem with them taking a risk. The problem is they never decided, okay, people don't like this, let's maybe change it up in BO4. They just kind of left it as is and just said, well, this is fine. But like, you guys should have done something, right? Like there should have been some kind of change. I know that they made minor changes very early on, like they added Speed Cola as an ability when you get all 4 perks, but they didn't like, I don't know, why not add a Wonder Fizz machine to every map so you can get more than the 4 perks you have in your loadout. Maybe you can get like 8 perks total. Like there's stuff they could have done to fix the system and they just didn't do it. So try new ideas, but make sure you have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D if things don't go right, you know? That's all I'm saying. Is there nothing wrong with someone saying this is the best COD ever, by the way? Like I'm fine with that. Like I'm not saying you can't say this is the best COD ever. It's just I personally haven't seen a lot of people saying that, you know. I've kind of just seen, like, generally speaking, the opinions are very much like, oh, it's good, you know. But I think it's a dangerous place again, because if it's not bad, then at least bad is like they're gonna change stuff. Like people were so worried when Vanguard was out. I wasn't worried at all. You know why? Because I was thinking to myself, they're never gonna do this again. Like yeah, okay, it sucked for the year, don't get me wrong, but I was like, well, they're never gonna do this again. Even with Modern Warfare Zombies, I kind of felt that way. Even though there's some fun to be had there, there was enough complaints that I was like, they're not doing this same sort of thing again. They might do open world zombies again, but it probably won't be the full game, and it probably won't be like in the exact same way it was built, because again, a lot of people criticized it. So I don't know, but like I don't know, I love when they try new things, and then like I don't know, because some of the best stuff we had in zombies was when they tried new things. You know, that's an important thing to keep in mind. Like Mob of the Dead was a huge new change for zombies. That was very different, but I think it paid off. So I don't know, it really just depends. And a lot of the innovative ideas that they could do, it really takes a lot of development time that they maybe don't have. So that's another problem. I don't know. I think Treyarch's game in 2028 should be a World War II game. I wouldn't be against that. I'd probably be okay with it. Depends on like what part of World War II and such. Criticism is never hate. We just want the best for the game. Agreed. I don't like. If anything, maybe there's a bit of like frustration there, but it's not hate. Yeah. Because like I've been frustrated with Call of Duty. I've been like, okay, why are we doing this? Even the red light, green light mode in zombies, I was like, what is this? Like, this is just like, come on. But it's not like I don't ever bring that hate to like the individual developers. I think that's where it starts to become like not something people should be doing. And I've tried my best to like tell people not to do that. People do it anyways. But like, you know, I encourage feedback and criticizing the game where necessary, but don't be taking out on the devs though. Come on, don't say a single, when you're criticizing my game, don't even use the developer's name. Just don't. I just don't think it's disrespectful, you know. If you want to talk about them in a different way, that's different, but like being like, oh, this sucks because of this developer, I think that's just like, come on. I don't know. I think like anyone's allowed, like again, anyone's allowed to like or dislike any mode. So I wish I could teleport Expert to Treyarch and in front of the community to fix zombies. That would be a dream job though, like actually working on the zombies team and like being the person like behind like different ideas and stuff. I say dream job, but I've heard horror stories about a lot of studios working under Activision, so I don't know. Dream job in the best case scenario is what I'm saying. Like if it's you know, it's a world where Activision's not breathing down your necks and like enforcing all these things and just giving you creative freedom, that to me sounds like a dream job. We'll see. I'm like always hopeful, and I will always be as hopeful as I can be. So I'm still gonna, you know, hope for the best. I have those concerns. I made a video on the other day talking about like some worries I had for even just this game's DLC season. I have worries, but you know, we'll see. We will see. The camo grind is the only reason zombies keeps coming back at the moment, to be honest. It sucks zombies doesn't hit the same as it used to. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could eat. I feel like they could nail it, but I think the first thing that they need to do, they have to stop making a zombies mode every year. Treyarch specifically. I want zombies every year, but I don't want Treyarch making one every year, because they're making one next year as well, and I think that is one of the main things that could be holding them back for this game. But hopefully things get back on track after that. If it was up to me, if I was the one leading zombies or something, right? This is what the studios would be doing. So we finished up our Black Ops 2 sequel, whatever. Treyarch would make their zombies mode there, right? 2026, Infinity Ward would make a zombies mode. Now I know this sounds crazy because it's not usually what Infinity Ward would want to do, but hear me out. We're having a new Infinity Ward here. They're all sorts of, they're having fun, right? They would be doing an Infinite Warfare Zombies sequel in Modern Warfare 4. It would be full on just craziness. There would be maps themed around like superhero movies. There'd be maps themed around pirates. There'd be maps themed around Egyptian, like, you know, mummies. There'd be maps themed around dinosaurs, wizards, all that crazy stuff. And it would just be crazy fun, going for the wall, like just insanity, hardcore stuff, classic mechanics, whatever. Then you got the next COD, it's Sledgehammer's COD. Futuristic, advanced warfare type stuff. Not necessarily advanced warfare 2, but futuristic. And their zombies mode is sci-fi horror. I'm talking like Alien, like you know the movie Alien, that type of stuff, but in zombies. And it's like scary shit, the scariest zombies has ever been, but it's all sci-fi in the space setting, you know, sometimes on Earth, but it's like Blade Runner-esque because it's all, you know, everything's so futuristic. Like, oh, that would be dream come true. And then year after that, Treyarch comes back, but they're done with the Dark Ether story at this point. They're doing other stuff, maybe a whole new story from scratch. I don't know, something. And I don't agree with the whole Burnout. A lot of people say that's too much zombies. I don't think it is. That's what, maybe like 5-6 maps a year. That ain't Burnout. I think that'd be fun. As long as they're all good, they're well made, they're interesting, they're unique, then you're chilling. And I think that right there is a couple of different modes that would be very different and unique. Let them have creative freedom with it, but just, you know, as long as they're different, then we're chilling. Do their own thing. I'm pretty sure the same people that made Dead Space did the design for World War II Zombies. Yep. I mean, they're not I don't think they're working at Sledgehammer anymore though. So those specific developers that you're referring to, maybe some of them are, but I think the ones that you're referring to specifically, I believe they don't work there anymore. So regardless, I think they could still be capable of doing it, you know. If you have an opportunity to get onto a podcast or something, voice your opinions. Oh, if I ever did, that'd be great. I don't think I will. like a official Call of Duty thing, but I mean that'd be awesome. The community feedback to IW and World War II did irreparable damage to the future of zombies. Yeah, because people, that's another thing. I don't get the like inability to accept any zombies that isn't made by Treyarch. That is what led us to Vanguard and Modern Warfare Zombies in a sense, because Treyarch did not have to make those. And maybe Sledgehammer couldn't, so maybe we wouldn't have gotten any zombies, but at least if we didn't force out those modes, Treyarch could have put more development into Cold War and BO6, and so both Cold War and BO6 would probably be better. So there's that. Sledgehammer, I hope they, you know, the next COD seems like they're gonna be back on track, so they could definitely do a zombies mode that year. But please, man, you guys everyone has to accept it, because holy shit, man. I'll accept it as in like a studio making it that's not Treyarch is what I'm saying. If you don't like the mode, that's fine, but like I don't get the idea of being like, okay, only Treyarch can make zombies. Why? Like, I love zombies. I love Treyarch zombies. It is not some like secret formula to making it's literally a horde mode. Anyone in the entire existence of the planet of the Earth could make a horde mode. I'm sorry, Treyarch, as awesome as they are for making it, they are not the only ones who can make it. Random people around the world make custom zombies maps. I know they're using Treyarch assets, but they're still making their own designs, their own maps, and they're fantastic, and they're random people. So yes, other studios at Call of Duty could make it. And the worst is when you get someone like, oh, well, they haven't done a good non-Treyarch mode before. Well, first of all, I disagree with that, but even if you felt like every non-Treyarch mode sucked, I don't think that should stop you from having the ability to like hope that it could be better, because it could. Who's to say it's gonna all suck? I haven't liked an Infinity Ward multiplayer since Infinite Warfare, yet I'm gonna be very excited for Modern Warfare 4 multiplayer regardless, because I have hope. I believe studios can change. I believe they can change philosophies, especially because MW2 got so much hate. I have no reason to believe that Infinity Ward's just not gonna make any changes. They're gonna make the game different, and it might be fun. Who knows? It might not be fun. I don't know, but I'm gonna be excited for it regardless. I didn't have excitement for Modern Warfare 2 because Modern Warfare 2019 had so much love, so I knew that game was going to be very similar. So that's why I didn't like have much excitement. But I can tell they're not going to do the same thing. They're just not. I'd be surprised if they did. We'll see. I'd love IW2 Zombies just at least attempt it. Yeah, they don't have to do Infinite Warfare 2 for that to work either. It could be in a Modern Warfare 4. It doesn't matter, you know. But it would just be such a cool thing because I love the concept of like different movie genres as maps. It's so cool. How much info do you think we will get tomorrow? Maybe a couple of small announcements about future modes and stuff, and then like a title reveal for the map, maybe like an image or something. That's about it. Just a guess. Go on the Wonder Bar podcast. Hey, any podcast want to invite me to their shows? I would probably accept any podcast, unless it's like no, anyone, to be honest. As long as it's zombies related or Call of Duty related, I will jump on that podcast if I'm invited, for sure. Because I love talking about this stuff. I could do this literally all day. Like, I was talking to someone the other day, another zombies YouTuber. We were just randomly talking about zombies because he had a video idea and he wanted to like go over some stuff. We talked for like 5 hours about it. We were going to talk for like an hour, but we ended up talking 5 hours about it. And we were saying after, we should have just recorded that and turned it into a podcast because it was all about BO4. We were only talking about BO4. We sat there for like 5 hours talking about zombies. And I was like, dude, we should have just recorded this, man. Because like I could do that all day. This is why I haven't ended the stream yet. Like, this is fun. This is my shit. Because like I don't really like, you know, it's just fun to talk about. My mouth is getting dry now though, so I've been out of water for a little bit. How do you think Zombies is going to be next year? Cold War 3 Return to Classic? I think it's going to be very similar to BO6, unless people start like, I don't want to say that because it's going to make me sound like I want people to criticize this game. If you love the game, you love it. It's whatever. But I do think chances are, because people tend to like this, and they're already working on the next game now, it's probably going to be very similar to BO6. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even identical mechanics. Like, it's going to be like a carry forward, probably similar to MW3. So I would imagine field upgrades, guns, they'll probably even carry over. Maybe not, but we'll see. I do think the features and mechanics, they're going to be very similar. You're going to have augment system. You're going to have the same field upgrades. It's going to be very similar. Gobble gums. I don't know what, they'll probably add like 1 or 2 new things, but I don't think it's going to be that different. But it'll be a very different, like, you know, different maps, obviously. So we'll get that. But I do hope they go back to classic mechanics. I really do. And I don't think it'll happen next year, but maybe in the future. I don't know. I think they're just kind of scared to do it because I think they're worried that, you know, they kind of built a whole new audience around zombies now, like with the modern mechanics. There's so many new players that have come over the past few years. I feel like they might be scared to like go back to those mechanics. They might be like, oh, well, shit, like, you know, if we do, are we going to turn off players? I really don't think they would. I think if anything, it would make those players, in my opinion, I think they might get even more invested. But you have to do it slowly and not like out of nowhere, right? I think BO6 already kind of feels like it's moving in that direction. It's definitely more classic than Cold War, I would personally say. But like, you know, slowly move in that direction. Maybe like start to remove stuff here and there. Maybe the next game, no minimap at all. You know, just see how people feel about no minimap. I'm sure people will be fine with that. I don't think there's a single player who would not play zombies anymore because the minimap was gone, right? I know you could turn it off in this game, but I mean like by default, it's gone, right? I don't think anybody would stop playing. Maybe one player, but that's about it. maybe one guy out there. I don't know. Let's start a podcast right now. Like right now in this moment, I think my voice is about to die, but I do want to do that. I have an idea to do a podcast style like series where I debate people about zombies topics. So I could get some people on there for that. If I ever do that, I don't know if I will. I've been talking about it for a while and I just haven't come up with anything because I'm like, I don't really think I have like that many hot takes to disagree with people on, but I guess I have some. I don't know. My hottest zombies take? Oh, I think I said this earlier. I think the Archon is not that bad of a map. I think it's pretty decent. I think the Easter egg in the Archon is the best, or the third best Easter egg of the Dark Ether era of zombies. I think Grief will be announced tomorrow. I hope. I want to see Zombie Blood Rush, man, from Black Ops 3 mod tools. Oof, man. I think that mode would literally, like, it would, I think, blow up zombies in like it's never been seen before, especially if they did like a tournament mode, like, holy shit, with like good rewards and stuff. Oh my goodness. I don't think Gobblegums will leave for a while. Yeah, I don't really think they need to be. I think Gobblegums are fine. That's like one of the things. Oh shit, I finished this. I think the one thing where I'm like, yeah, that's I'm totally fine with them keeping Gobblegums forever. Because they're fine. They work fine in this game. They're cool. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now because I've been saying that for like an hour and a half. I just fucking haven't. Videos tomorrow, and next stream I have no idea when, but hopefully sooner rather than later. So don't forget to check out the videos I uploaded the past couple days. I uploaded the side quest video. I was really proud of. I put a lot of work into that one, so please check it out if you haven't already. I will see y'all see you later. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out.